Hello, 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 how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing good. Welcome in. You can't wait to be oppressed? Indeed, Plum. I can't wait to do the oppressing. Welcome in, Ladle. Hope you're doing good. With on-screen, yeah, I was gonna say, I saw you lost your keyboard. That is unfortunate, Ladle. Good luck. I'm hoping you get the new one soon. It sucks they shipped it, 800 kilometers not in your direction, but at least they're shipping it, that's progress. Welcome in, guys. Hope you're doing good. We are, in fact, today going to be doing Tyranny, which I'm actually pretty excited about because I've been wanting to play this game for a while, because it's a very fun game. Good luck with the oppressing. You see, it's said that I'm, supposed to be able to, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to. I'll admit I'm kind of a nice guy. But no, I always feel bad whenever I do mean things to my characters. So I say I'll be a mean, oppressive little box man. We'll see if I can actually go through with it. But let's hit new game because the intro screen is really loud. I don't know why it's so loud here. Okay, Trial of Iron, only one save slot. Not gonna do that. I don't have the cojones. That's probably correct. I don't know, actually. You cannot be enabled in-game, and if disabled, cannot be re-enabled. I don't know if helper, what it means by helper features. If it just means, because I kind of like figuring stuff out on my own. Do you guys think I would need this or no? You'll be here being mean for me? Well, I guess I need somebody to be mean, so I'll offload that to you. I like all tyrants, I'm great at delegating orders to others. Max difficulty, no balls. Alright, let's see. Enemies receive a bonus to most stats, have most efficient AI, and will frequently use abilities. Party members take more wounds during combat and when being knocked out. This difficulty can only be chosen when starting a new game. I mean, I'm not gonna go very easy. Alright, what about hard difficulty? Oh. Probably hard is for the best then. It says for people who are veterans of isometric RPGs like Pillars of Eternity, who want a bit of a challenge. I kinda like this, honestly. I think this is acceptable. There's no very easy. I mean, there's just easy. Story mode. Okay, so this is literally just if you want to, what do you call it? This is literally just if you want to go and play through the story, which is fine. Although I really like isometric RPGs. Pillars of Eternity is maybe top 20 games of mine. I like it a lot. I don't know if I'd say it's top 5 or anything, but it is. I do quite like it a lot. Very competent people in post services. How do you even ship something 800 kilometers more north? Oh, I didn't realize it was also in another country. Okay, that's a little, yeah, that's rough. I mean, I guess especially because it's I mean, how many population centers are there really in Sweden? How do they just send it to the middle of nowhere? It's in Finland. Unfortunate. Have I played Fallout 1 or 2? I know. I honestly need to play Fallout 1 or 2. I really do need to, because I do think I would enjoy them, honestly. But alright, let's stay with hard. I'll keep excerpt mode off, though. I don't know what it means. I don't know if helper features means it makes the game easy, or if it's just, tooltips. It said... Yeah. It says that it's, Yeah, it says that it just, makes it so that... I think this is just, tooltips, which I kind of want. I kind of like tooltips, so we're good with it. They're only 30 hours. I'll probably just play them off stream, because that's something I'd probably just sit down over a weekend and grind through. I don't know if I'd want to necessarily take the time to stream it, but I do want to play them. Alright, let's accept this. Oh man, I love the art. Out of curiosity, I don't know how much you guys know about this game. Is it set in the same world as Pillars of Eternity? Because I know it's made by the same studio.
For over 400 years.
Sables ranged previews and stuff. Oh,
swept across the known world.
Yeah, I'll leave this on.
Stood against them fell before their might.
All right, so we're in the end game. The badness has already happened.
Women and men of immense power.
With the logic that this is in the same world as Fallout. I don't think this is in the same world as Fallout, because this is just a full-on fantasy world.
Final conquest has come to our corner of the world. And 2 of the
Oh.
Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands.
Okay, so we're in charge of one of the armies,
disfavored.
and we have to kind of go,
And the
like,
teeming horde of
be
Scarlet
nice or be
Cores.
mean to the people who we're conquering,
The
essentially.
voices of Narat.
Okay, that's kinda
Spymaster and
cool.
Archon of secrets.
Being an amputee
Guides
playing
the
Solaris and mouse
fierce and
only.
undisciplined masses
Why
of
not just use your
Scarlet
trackpad if you really want to
With each
complete the
battle,
experience?
The Scarlet Chorus grows stronger as the defeated are given a simple choice. Serve.
Alright, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be talking a lot because I actually really want to watch the
Raven
cutscene
Ash,
here.
Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored.
Caesar's Legion. It kind of
Though
seems like it,
smaller,
yeah.
Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open
I don't want to say that's just the NCR, but a smaller group
Watching
of, like,
over the
more
two
elite
generals
troops.
is too noble.
Interesting.
Archon of Justice.
Is this
eldest
us,
of
I
Kairos'
think?
minions.
Because we're, like, the guy in
He now brings
charge.
Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands. Aided
Okay.
by faithbinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
I mean, only thousands. Like, I mean, okay, not to sound rude, but like on an entire continent, is thousands really that big of a deal? What gave you the impression you were the guy in charge? Well, it's called tyranny. I kind of thought it would be tyranny. That's all I'm, I thought it'd be tyranny. All right, where can I be? Dang it, I wanted to make myself short and stout. Because I thought it'd be fun to have a small guy running around kicking people in the shins. We're in, like, medieval Europe. I know, I'm just saying, like, thousands, not even over 10,000. I guess it's a lot of people, but compared to an entire continent, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you're the one that experiences the tyranny. Damn it, I thought I was the one tyrannizing the people. How am I supposed to achieve my dream job of being a tyrant if I can't even be the one, passing tyranny? Alright. I don't really care all that much for character customization. Let's see. Do we want to be really lanky? Average? Oh wait, which one is the shortest character model? Alright, this is the shortest character model, so I think it's the most accurate to me, you know? I'm not saying I'm short or anything, but in the, for the sake of realism, I think I gotta go with this guy. Alright, let's go next. So in the Northern Empire, where you were born, men enjoy equal protections under the laws of the Overlord Kairos. In the southern lands of the tiers, only men may own capital ships, may own or captain ships, but real estate is restricted to women. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land in the tiers is always passed to eldest daughters or sister. Most sons enter their father's possession by their mid-teens. Those without profession or family lands to work and find purpose by pledging service to one of the Overlord's mighty Archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the Archons. If a child cannot forge his own skein, he will certainly find one in battle. I am not that... Okay. I'm not that short, but, this guy, here's the thing. If these guys are average height, then this guy's just slightly below average height, in which case, yeah, that's right here. I am slightly below average height, so this works great. You do the customary balcony evil speech, but no one could see over the railings. As long as I have, like, magic, if I got thaumaturgy, I can just, speech out really loud and they don't even have to see me. What's scarier, a guy barely peeking over the rails or just a disembodied voice? In fact, I would crouch down so that I would just be the disembodied voice that inspires fear. That's what I am. Napoleon moment. Wasn't Napoleon tall for his time, though, if I remember correctly? He's only short based on, like, modern standards. Oh, thank you for the bits, Tana. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you are enjoying the stream and stuff. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize Twitch gives extra stuff now. Nice. It's John Twitch indeed. Twitch, thank you for the cheers. I really appreciate it. Indeed, John Twitch is here. He's watching the stream right now. All right, let's go next. Portrait. Oh, there's a lot of cool portraits here. Question is, what are we gonna be class-wise? What is this? Oh, do I have, like, tattoos? Interesting. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, this is cool. Alright, what do we want to do for tattoos? I don't want to do anything too crazy, but I think... See a snake. I kind of like the squid. I think the squid looks neat. I like the little squid I got. You beat the game 2 days on a free weekend? Nice. Timeout Twitch. If I could actually time out John Twitch, that'd be very funny. Welcome in, Philly. Welcome in. I hope you're doing good. Alright, so actually, I guess then it's not... I thought it was like a fairly long game. If you can beat it in a whole weekend, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Alright, we can be bald. We can have a beard. Or do we just go... Oh, is this face design? Oh yeah, this is face design. Grabs a giant hammer and times out Twitch. I don't know if I can do that, but I think it would be very funny if I could. Just speedrun the main quest. Oh, that's actually good. Did you just speedrun the main quest, or did you do, like, extras as well? Alright, who has the biggest jawline? I feel like this... I know this was the starter character. This guy kind of has a big old jawline.
Got it.
Male aggressive. Let's do male noble.
My wounds are slowing me down. I need rest.
Or male sneaky.
Have a look here.
I kind of like male sneaky. That's a good voice. You beat everything? Nice. Oh, that is actually a good question. So generally for RPGs, I like to turn off dialogue, or I like to turn off voice act. Well, I don't always turn off voice acting, but I was kind of thinking I'd turn off voice acting and voice act it for myself. Is that okay with y'all in the chat? Because I think that would be a good middle ground of me just speed reading the dialogue and also not waiting on voice acting. And then also that way that we're not just like having like 30 seconds at a time of no sound. I'll try it out at first. I'll try it out at first and see how I feel about it. On record at the end. Damn, so you really took free weekend and was like, yep. That's just using the whole weekend for it. I think that's kind of smart though. All right, primary. I kind of like the idea of like, what about like that's a little too dark. Maybe, I don't know. I think the blue looks a little weird. Yeah, I think kind of like a tannish color. Like you could see that the tattoo is there, obviously, but it's not too bad. All right, hair. Honestly, I'm kind of starting to go for the Conan the Barbarian look a little bit. Let's see, what is this? This is, I don't like this haircut, but it's kind of, it feels like it's so bad. I kind of want the luscious locks, you know what I mean? I kind of like the look of this. All right, we're going with this. Beard. Let's see. Let's go with no beard. Let's go with no beard. Oh. Let's see how they look. Okay, this just makes me look Amish, and I don't know if I want the Amish in positions of tyranny, I will say that much. Because your build was so bad you couldn't progress? Really? Oh, dang. I did not. Okay, so I'll actually have to be kind of careful then. Not a man without a beard. Totally, yeah. I could totally grow a beard. Okay, I think we have to do mutton chops. How could we not do mutton chops? This is the look of a tyrant right here. I can work with this. All right, I'll be careful about the build then. I'll have one character be the funny, and then the other character be whatchamacallit. All right, this is our driver's license photo. You know, this is a very old photo, and then there's us in the current time with the mutton chops here. All right, let's go next. How did we join the army? Okay, today you are a Fatebinder, agent of the Archon of Justice. You are by no means free, but as a warrior scholar, deputized with discretionary powers to interpret and execute the laws of the Overlord Kairos, you are freer than most. Kairos is the name of that is a name out of legend. For centuries, the Overlord has consolidated power, sending vast armies to swallow entire realms. The most powerful mystic the world has ever seen, Kairos can issue edicts, magical proclamations that level cities, spread pox, sunder lands, or change the course of seasons. Cool, very cool. One does not apply to be a Fatebinder. One is called by Tunan, the Archon of Justice, and to decline is death. Millions of men and women live in the dozens of realms ruled by the Overlord. How did you stand out from amongst this teeming mass of desperation and insignificance and gain the Archon's notice? Interesting. Kairos can suck it. I mean, yeah, he can suck it because I'm gonna be the one in charge after this. I will hit that level 20. I will use that wish spell to become the Overlord. I know that's not actually how wish works, but you know, Why not? Why not try it? Huge Jackman indeed. Welcome in, Rocket. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing good. That's what I'm saying, right? I have the mutton chops. So I got that Hugh Jackman look. Deadpool and Wolverine did just come out after all. This is me right now, yes. This is actually literally me. This is exactly how I look like. I have a giant squid tattoo. I'm actually currently just wearing the loincloth. And I have mutton chops, 100%, yes. This game actually used my webcam to just scan my body and put it inside the game right now. It's truly amazing what technology is capable of. Your funny, well thought out joke gets denied, but Kairos can suck it. That goes right through. Wait, really? I didn't even have an option from Twitch saying to deny your joke. No, this is me, Witch.com, Hugh Jackman. Okay, you know what? I would take being a Wish.com Hugh Jackman. Are you kidding me? That's still pretty nice. All right, one does not apply to be a Fatebinder. One is called by Tunon. Oh, wait, I already read that. Who is Tunon? Tunon the Adjudicator is the Archon of Justice who ruled their conquered realms, an arbiter of disputes. Oldest of the Archons sent to conquer the Tiers, Tunon speaks with Kairos' authority. His true appearance remains hidden behind an iron mask of the face of judgment. Tunon is an impartial, sober creature wholly obsessed with justice and order. Male Sneaky, codec noises. Colonel, I'm trying to infiltrate the Scarlet Chorus, but the sounds of my stumpy legs keep alerting the muscle mommies. There we go. I got through that time. He's not the comic version of 5'3" high. Are you telling me I'm taller than comic version Wolverine? I don't know how I feel about that, truth be told. I don't know. I guess I don't have the adamantium claws, but aside from that, you know, at least I have that. I have that up on him. Get it? Because I'd be taller than him. All right, how did we join the armory then? Let's see. Pit fighter. I don't know exactly if there's, what do you call it? I don't know if history has an effect. I would assume it probably has an effect on our attributes and stuff. War Mage sounds pretty cool, gonna be real. The idea of a War Mage is, although Lawbreaker is kind of cool. Accused of a crime you most certainly did commit, you stood before Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, and argued your case with eloquence and conviction. Impressed by your logic, reason, and confidence, he found you guilty anyways. It is rumored that Tunon dislikes many of his agents from his prisoners. Who better to catch the wicked than those versed in such ways? In his mercy, Tunon offered you a choice of 2 sentences, decades languishing in a prison or a lifetime serving him in the court of Fatebinders. The choice was an easy one, and instead of seeing the inside of a cell, you were trained in letters and numbers, magic and war. The laws you once broke are now yours to interpret and enforce. That is kind of cool. Yeah, nobody breaks the law on my watch. Only I get to break laws here. You know what I mean? Hailbird and voiced by Liam O'Brien. Unfortunately, I do not. Unfortunately, I don't. Let's see. Soldier. Unable to settle the year's accounts with grain, your parents offered you as a tithe to the Overlord instead. I didn't even choose to become a soldier. My parents just said, here, take the child. Okay, then. I guess that's fine. Seeing your first battles as a child, you've known all your life how to fight, how to stay calm at the sight of blood and disembowelment, and how to rely on your fellow warriors. Deemed smarter than the average killer, you were groomed for command and given an education in letters and numbers. With rumors of war, it seemed recruitment into the disavowed Legion would be the obvious match for your skills, but the Archon of Justice is known to say that good iron is not used for swords, and good minds are not used for soldiers. Claimed by Tunon, you were instead drafted into the court of Fatebinders, where your martial skills were put to use in the enforcement of Kairos' laws. I am literally just a tax payment. My parents were literally like, crap, no grain, child, here. This is worth like at least half a pound of grain, right? You know what? I never paid my taxes. I am the tax payments. I mean, I guess if I don't have to pay taxes, that works, right? All right, out of curiosity, how much do you think a single child is worth? Like, you think that's worth like 5 years of grain, or do you really think that I just barely made up the difference of whatever that year's account was? I feel like logically I'm thinking it's gotta be at least a few years worth of grain, but my guess is it probably wasn't even worth an entire year's worth of grain tax, which, I don't know, I feel kind of bad about that. I want to be worth more than a little bit of grain. Grain you have to pay you? That is true. Soldier, you want to leave? Yeah, I know, right? It's like, wow, look at that soldier. It's just a child. It's just a child, like, sitting at a table eating, like, gruel. Like, yep, that's gonna be a fine soldier right there. Your father didn't love you enough to go enlist himself. Really, that is just the opposite of the Darkest Dungeon Crusader. Instead of him enlisting, he's like, child, go. Just yeets me over there. Alright, let's see. Pit fighter. Not wishing to pay to feed and house two, the madam that purchased your mother sold you to the proving grounds. That's a lot. That is a lot to take in on a first sentence right there. Not wishing to pay, not to feed and house too. So our mother was sold into slavery. We are considered a slave because we're her child, and then we were sold to a pit fight arena because she didn't want to have to pay for two people. You canonically claim devs. You are not. You do not get to have... Alright, we can't do this. I can no longer be a soldier. I'm not giving you that canonical claim, Flamin. Why is it every game we play, you somehow end up being my father? I don't understand. Yeah, it's like... I can't believe they really got the 2-for-1 bargain and didn't go for it. How cringe. I'm always on the lookout for 2-for-1s at the grocery store, and this lady gets a 2-for-1 deal and doesn't take it. She really just doesn't understand a good deal. Shaking my head. Given only enough training to assure the show isn't over too soon, your natural prowess and survival instinct led you to one victory after another. There's no elegant swordplay, no formalized duels, just brutal melee and the stench of blood, shit, and bronze with each stage into gruesome necessities. It is said that any fighter that slays a dozen others in the grand melee is given her freedom, but in 300 years, only 3 warriors have ever walked away from the proving grounds. When the closing horn sounded and 13 corpses lay about your feet, you became the 4th to be granted freedom to thunderous applause. But this autonomy was short-lived. Within days, word of your accomplishment, it made its way to the Archon of Justice. Interesting. That's actually kind of cool. Alright, Hunter. When the leader of your home village spoke out of turn one time too many, agents of the Overlord put the whole town to the torch to contain the spread of insubordination. The Bounding Viper tribe came across the smoking ruins of your village, and when the beast matriarch found you frozen but unafraid, the mighty leader took you in and raised you with the protection of her tribe. For years you lived with these wild beastmen in their migratory homes throughout the mountains, but the Bounding Vipers were a dying breed. Each long winter took a greater toll than the last, and once the dwindling tribe was too weak to defend its lands, disfavored soldiers came to dispense of the ravages scavengers your tribe had become. Finding a human amongst the wild tribe, the disfavored soldiers made a point of taking you alive. News of the wild child of the north eventually spread to the Archon of Justice, and he ordered you released from captivity and delivered unto his court. Wait, that's actually really cool. So we were literally raised... So Bounding Viper is a literal, like, beastman tribe. Oh, that's actually really cool. All of these backstories are so cool, by the way. Holy cow. Normally, it's like only 1 or 2 backstories are great, but, like, so far, all 4 of these have been fantastic. Does not equate to parenthood. This was very much a post-purchase liaison. I see. Alright, well, good to know, then. We're literally raised by wolfmen, yeah. Alright, Guild Apprentice. Deeply proud of your intelligence, your parents always knew you were too smart for a life spent with your hands in the soil. Looking to secure a better future, your parents struck a bargain with the 7 Tree Guild, a small magical order willing to teach you letters, numbers, and magic if you prove capable. For several years, you learned much from the mages, mastering reading and writing faster than the rest, and eventually learned the basics of mystic theory and spellcraft. Your magical studies came to an abrupt halt when the voices of Nerat, the Archon of Secrets, demanded the guild's peacetime distraction that must be disbanded for the upcoming war. Its mages assigned to proper armies. While your peers went on to other guilds, your mind was seen as too valuable to be wasted on the armies. Instead, your life was claimed by Tunon, Archon of Justice. Cool. Raised by furries? I mean... Hey, look at it this way. If Rome started because a big old wolf Dami mommy, saw 2 little babies, let them suck from her teat, and then they founded an empire, who am I to say I can't also be just as great as Rome? You know? I'm just saying, somebody's got to start an empire here, and it certainly isn't going to be Kyrus. It's going to be moi. That does not make me a furry by proxy, because I was eventually taken in by humans. I just have the furry education, I suppose. How did Rome end up? I mean, which Rome? There's kind of a few. There's quite a few people that claim to be Rome, I suppose, but they had a pretty good run there for a while. You know, like until the Republic died. Okay, I'll be Rome, and it'll be like Rome when it was first founded during my lifetime when it was cool. I don't care what happens afterward. If it goes to crap afterward, who cares? A furry by proxy and a furry education is an interesting thing to join the stream to. Welcome in, Genta. Welcome. Hope you're doing good. And we're just figuring out my backstory. They're saying if I take the raised by wolf people backstory, I'm a furry. I'm saying I'm just furry adjacent, you know? And I'm trying to compare it to the founding of Rome, because that's basically what it is. Yeah, exactly. One of the longest lasting empires and republics is what I can start. Alright, what about a noble scion? Born to noble parents, you're groomed for leadership, your youth... Oh god, Man, the noble scion situation is crazy. Grooming allegations? I can't believe it. In my tyranny game, he was groomed, I know. My new empire. I'm gonna create the greatest empire. Your youth spent on letters, history, rhetoric, and other matters of culture and statecraft. Though you had wealth and creature comforts, you were expected to grow up quickly and bear honor of shepherding others through prosperity of war. When your parents came under accusation of sedition, you were sent to the court of Tunon, Archon of Justice, to defend your family's actions. Your parents were found guilty, their sentence, the dissolution of the treasonous estate. Eloquently pleading your own ignorance to your family's actions, you negotiated your most important deal yet, immunity from the crimes of your family for the simple cost of swearing fealty to the Archon himself. Despite the unwilling induction, your education savvy made you a valuable addition to the Archon's cadre of enforcers, and so long as you remain in good standing, your family might just be allowed to live. Cool. You're a noble in Tunon's court, he's a psychopath. Groomed once again, can't believe it. Alright, what about War Mage? This seems, I'm guessing, is pretty similar to Guild Apprentice, because it seems like Guild means Magic Guild specifically. Let's see, War Mage. Few have the combination of wits and courage to be accomplished casters and warriors, and those cursed with such a combination of talents are invariably pulled from their mundane lives and assigned to the armies of the Archons. Your earliest memories are a painful slog of training, study, lecture, and exhaustion. All the elements of being groomed for battle. We keep getting groomed. We can't get away from it. I can't believe it. Not again. Oh no. You knew better than to ask what became of your family, nor to question the missive allegedly penned by their hand that was part of your earliest lessons in reading. When you reached adulthood, Tunon, the adjudicator, came to the barracks and laid claim to your life. Seeing you as too valuable for the crucible of battle, the Archon of Justice deemed your life better spent, dedicated to the art of punitive legal remedies. Though you had much to learn in matters of civil discourse, none could deny you your bright future as Tunon's next great enforcer. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't want to say we're a groompire that we're currently living in, but that's 2 backstories where we've been groomed. 3 if we want to count the hunter, because let's be real, they're literally beast people. They probably, like, groom each other. You know how, like, a dog will, like, groom other dogs by, like, licking, like, ticks or whatever off them. I'm gonna say 2 confirmed, one accusation. You know what I mean? It's actually, oh no. And finally, the diplomat. Though they would never tell you why, Kairos bestowed great wealth upon your family for some unmentioned service, and your parents used this wealth to have you raised far from home. Your childhood was a nomadic tour of Tyrantus with hired tutors and fleeting friendships. Where others had stability and routine, you had a worldly and varied education. A careless word in a far-flung city landed you in illegal trouble, and you were taken before Tunon the adjudicator and made to stand trial. Not only did you plead your innocence, but you turned the accusations around on the accuser for wasting the court's time, and the Archon of Justice concurred. Amused by your wit, wisdom, and adaptability, Tunon claimed you as his newest enforcer. That's a 4th. Yeah, I know, right? That's a 4th of all people in this empire being groomed. Dang. About actually, yeah, I know, modern vocabulary has ruined the word. Too bad, I'm using both definitions here. Alright. So I know we just read through all of these, but I'm gonna go with the Lawbreaker, even though it's the first one we read. I just love the idea of we 100% broke the law, but we were just so good at defending ourselves that the judge was like, alright, I'm gonna hire that man. It's like, imagine, it's literally like the guy from Catch Me If You Can, who was so good at like committing bank fraud, the FBI hired him so that he would tell them how to stop other people committing bank fraud. You know what I mean? That's what we are, and I really like it. Yeah, I'll let you off with a verbal enslaving. I like that. All right, let's go with the Lawbreaker. All right. You're trained in the following combat style. Ooh, okay. I kind of want to do Javelin, honestly. Javelin sounds really cool. Extra one-handed weapons, dodge, parry, and athletics. Although, here's what I'm thinking. The thing is, I don't know if I have... I'm assuming I probably have limited javelins. Unarmed monk build is really good. Ooh. Oh wait, unarmed... We do just become the unarmed attack, though. Again, Kenshi showing that unarmed is the way. Your mom, wow. Or you have a criminal you're groomed to get enslaved because of court case. Pretty much, yeah. All right, Philly. I don't know if you know this, but with javelins, do they have like a cost? Like, say I throw my javelin in a fight, at the end of the fight, do I get that back, or is it just gone forever? Because if it's gone forever, that's kind of rough for me. That's going to be pretty rough, because I'm going to have to constantly be buying javelins, and I don't know if I'm going to want to do that. Sword and shield. I mean, great sword is always fun, being a big old sword guy. You were delirious playing, you don't know. Fair. You did spend 36 hours out of a 48-hour free weekend in the game. I imagine the whole thing is a bit of a blur. Short bow. Spells. I don't really care about spell. I'll have someone else be a mage, but let's go javelin. I don't normally do like a javelin type build in these games. Normally I go for like a great sword or like a sword and shield or unarmed. I don't think I've ever seen a game that has a dedicated like build specifically for javelining. I think this could be fun. I think this could be cool. All right. So we get one-handed, dodge, parry, and athletics. The ending and hating the combat. Oh, really? Interesting. Well, I hope it's good. All right, choose an ability. Heart shot. Pretty big damage. Against the dodge. Bleeding for 20 seconds. Accuracy. Oh, is it not turn-based? Oh, it's real-time combat, like Pillars of Eternity 1, isn't it? Oh, that's gonna be a bit of a... I don't know why I thought it'd be turn-based, but it's probably... Is it in real-time? That will be unfortunate, because it says 20 seconds, which is generally something that happens when it's real-time combat. Real-time with pause. Ooh. Alright, I guess I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Alright, or hobble. I don't really care about hobbling. Let's just go for the heart shot. Let's go for the heart shot. Alright, and... Okay, so this is our set 1 equipment. Alright, let's do next. Secondary expertise. Can I do javelin twice? Okay, so if I do javelin twice, then I can learn the other ability. I don't really care about hobbling. Let's do unarmed. Let's do unarmed. So I'm either using a javelin or just throwing hands. Or maybe we do a little bit of spells. Dual wielding could be good. Dual wielding could be good because we have the javelin in one hand. Although it doesn't look like I can do javelin in one hand and then another weapon in the other. It looks like if I do dual wield, it's just the sword and a dagger. I give love a bad name. What can I say? What can I say? I'm just a real heartbreaker. We're gonna do unarmed, because if I run out of javelins, one-handed and thrown weapons. Yeah, I don't know if thrown weapons like automatically just reappear in my inventory. But I think it's fun to throw hands sometimes. Plus, what if I like go into a place where they're like, oh, by the way, you can't bring weapons here, but they can't, like, they're not gonna chop off my arms, so I'll always be armed in this way. I can never be disarmed if my arms are my arms. You know what I mean? Flurry of blows or palm strike. I'm gonna go with palm strike, actually. I think being able to silence casters will be really useful. Nice. Legit going to the Jotaro build, throwing stuff and punching. Oh, I kind of am, aren't I? All right, but I don't have Star Finger, so we're not full Jotaro yet. All right, banner. Ooh, oh, I get like a cool little banner. Let's see. What do I want to do? Is there anything that like really stands out? I'm not a furry. I'm totally not a furry, but no, let's do what else. What is, I don't know what this, oh, I think that's like a dagger. I think that's kind of like a dagger here. I don't know, some of these are just like random shapes. I kind of like them. I'm not, yeah, I'm totally not, but if I was, I would use, let's see. I feel like maybe the hand, although, and if I change it to, no, sorry, wrong color. There. Now we're just the Urukai, right? We're just the Urukai now. That's, you know, totally, they were the righteous arm of Saruman's army and did nothing wrong. So this is the way to go. Let's fight under the banner of a noose. Yeah, that's definitely gonna go well. And you're just on the character creator? Yeah, I know. I'm having fun with it. That way we don't forget. Yeah, that's true. Just a constant reminder of like, oh man, if I screw this up, I screw this. Oh, okay, so I can't change the top color. I can just change, like, pantalones. I can only change the undercoat. The rest is... Oh, I guess that's probably, like, because that's my armor, so I can't change the color of that. 3 hours of menus. Yeah, for once I'm not playing, like, for once I'm not playing a colony sim, I actually can do character creation. This game will grow hairs on your feet. Yeah, grow, right. I don't know, what color combo do I want to do? Okay, so it does affect those down there as well. Tactical Barbie is important. Oh, 100%. I gotta look my best when dispensing justice after all. 3 hours talking mid-game, the macro space game. I mean, in my defense, I did switch it. I did switch it to a just chatting stream while trying to get the server up. So it's not like it's not like the entire time it was Space Engineers. Pink and orange. Pink and orange. I'm gonna go with no, truth be told. This isn't really the color combo that I like. I'm gonna be real. If I could change the breastplate color, maybe, but I think this clashes a bit. Honestly, although actually I do kind of like the orange pants. It gives it kind of like a leathery look, and with the gray outlines, I actually like this. Yeah, let's go with this. I like this. I am not a femboy. I will deny any and all femboy accusations, thank you very much. A while back we did some macro tactical thing with spaceships. Oh yeah, AI War Fleet Command. That was a fun game, but I did spend, yes, the entire stream in the tutorial mission. I did spend the entire game in the tutorial mission. I had fun with it, though. Alright, let's go with this. And I'm not in denial, thank you very much. I'm in the south. Just get it? Like, in denial, like the Nile River. Alright, what is a very lordly sounding name? What about Chatters Maximus? Because we're the maximum chatters, right? John Chatters. Oh, wait, I do kind of like John Chatters. I know it's such a stupid meme, but I do really like it. I guess since John Twitch was here earlier, we can be John Chatters. I don't even know how that joke started of just John whatever subject is, but it gets me every time. Chamboy? No. John Lord? Well, Chatters is going to become synonymous with Lord because I will be the Lord, you know what I mean? It's a synonym thing, so we'll get there, you know? John Smith. John Smith. Well, it's because what is it? Because it's Jane, because there's Jane Doe, and then there's John, is it unidentified male known as John Smith? Or is it, no, I think it's just John Doe, isn't it? John Tyrant. Wait, John Tyrant is also really good. John Tyrant's actually really go. Okay, so it's also John Doe. I wasn't sure if they had the last name or not. What about John Chatters? John Chatters Tyrant. I can't fit it all. Dang. John Doda. Alright, I guess not every name needs to have me. No, we're going with John Chatters. As the streamer, I have to have my name in any and all things. It's a branding thing, I'm sure you understand. Mr. Groomed? No. No. Chatters Dodo. I mean, the Dodo bird is cool. It's always like my first tame in Ark, but I don't think I'm gonna name myself after it. I can fit it without the... Yeah, but then how are they supposed to know that, like, Chatters is the nickname, you know? Alright, we're just gonna go with John Chatters for now. The Dodo Queen. I didn't know they had a Dodo Queen in Ark. I thought they just had, like, a Dodo Rex. Recommended because you're training in unarmed, training in javelin in unarmed, training in javelin. What does Wits do? Spell strength and magic defense, resolve, endurance, will, and magic defenses, vitality. Okay, let's do... I do like ability cooldowns. So maybe we put like 4 into quickness and then 4 into might. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And then I'm sure I can level up over time. It's giving me this for... This is what it wants me to do because of unarmed. I'm not planning on using unarmed all that much, so this should be fine. John Chatty Tyrant. Ooh, wait, we could. Wonder if that would fit. John Chatty. I think that would fit. John Chatty Tyrant. There we go. The best of all three worlds. Especially when there's 40 to 50 of them. I mean, that is true. The unfortunate thing is that if you fight anything that has an AoE attack, then 40 to 50 dodos really only has the health of one very high health dodo, which isn't that much. So they unfortunately die. Mob tactics work great right up until you fight an AoE, unfortunately. All right, let's do might, finesse, and quickness. Well, maybe I do. All right, let's see. This gives me extra attack. I do kind of like extra attack and ability strength, and then reducing ability cooldown. I think it'll be helpful, so I can just spam abilities as much as I want. Players don't have AoEs. Depends on the game, I suppose. All right, my skills. Oh, okay, so I have actual skills now as well. Subterfuge. Ability to move unseen, detect and manipulate traps, and open locked chests and doors. Used in dialogue. I kind of want to do subterfuge for dialogue. I can intimidate people. So athletics would be for intimidating people. I like how it's like, this is the skill that's strongly recommended. And lore. Interesting. Anything that you'd be amplifying the AoE's damage by making it hit multiple targets at once. That's what I'm thinking, right? In it? I mean, they just gotta pull out grenades or shotguns and they're good, though. To have hundreds of dodo. Okay, with hundreds, that might be a bit ready. That might be a bit tough, yeah. Dual wield, one-handed weapons. So this is for damage. And crits. Let's do... Is this also split between... Okay, this is also split between support skills. Let's do first... Let's get athletics up to, like, I don't know, like 35. And let's get... Let's see... Parry... Let's get subterfuge and lore up to... I don't know what, like, a good value to get these up to is. Alright, I'm gonna be terrible in combat, but I'm gonna be absolutely bonkers when it comes to dumping knowledge on these fools. Hundreds of rats. Yeah, it just is the rat pit, it sounds like. I'm gonna know so much about this place, it's gonna be crazy. I was really book smart when I was breaking the law. They didn't say it, the law I broke, I didn't like murder someone, I just committed like the world's greatest tax fraud. That's what I did. Which is why that's why I'm so knowledgeable. The rat pit with dodos and they eat flesh, pretty much, yeah. I really hope I don't need to know combat. I'll just be so good at everything that I'll never have to fight. You know, I'll just talk my way out of anything. Alright, let's go next. Conquest. Okay, starting state of the game and how many factions will react to your character, or quick starts. I kind of like Conquest. This sounds fun. This lets me see, I guess, how the area got conquered. 100 dodos or one Quetzalcoatl with an autocannon on its back. The Quetzalcoatl, because the dodos cannot fly. As long as the Quetzalcoatl stays about 6 feet off the ground, then it wins. Eat a player fully. Yeah, I was gonna say, why did it be on... Yeah, I was gonna say, the giant flyer is not gonna be on the ground. Alright, let's do Conquest. Let's see this. Alright, I don't really know what this means. I'm guessing it, like, lets me choose the starting state of the world.
And now
oh, wow.
The Lord's eye is on the Tears, our home.
Okay.
The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior.
Okay. Very cool. Also, I did notice this is just Pangea, right? Well, it's not actually Pangea shaped, but it's only a singular continent. How crazy would it be if they were just like, oh, by the way, across the ocean here, there's an entire other continent ready to be conquered? That'd be kind of cool. I don't think they will, because, like, why would they? You could probably get a Terra and an RG to wipe 100 dodos if you're good enough. Definitely probably an RG, because it gets healed per kill now that they've done the changes. I say now, not like those changes were done like half a decade ago, because I've been playing Arc for so long. I bet an RG could do it. I also just always breed insanely good RGs because I think they're cool.
In the early
Alright.
days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Are you telling me we failed to defend our homeland because we were too busy arguing and couldn't just say, just stick everyone inside the gap where they have to come in from? Really? That's why we lost this war? You gotta be kidding. Great. Bureaucrats, am I right? I say as I become the bureaucrat. Alright, let's see what happened. Oh, okay. During the conquest, you'll decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter, choose wisely. Alright, year 1 of Kairos' conquest, in 428 tier. Oh, this is cool. Okay. The Bastard City. Oh no, it's my home. Come on, democratic moment. Oh, it is. It did feel a little like, man, if someone had just been like, okay, you're all gonna do this, then maybe we wouldn't have been invaded so damn hard. The Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tears. Built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms, the city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was a little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking the city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. This is a bucket? Okay, but Yang was like always like, okay, we still kind of have to go with democracy, even if it does kind of suck sometimes. They did name a whole city after you, indeed. Alright, the Bastard City. Select a token on the map to begin. Okay. Gate of Judgment. Oh, okay, so this is, what do you call it? These are like events. Infiltrate the Tears. History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advance units of both armies preparing for the coming war. The Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus each had a plan to infiltrate the capital city. Which army did you join? Yeah, well, for war, yeah. Go back to Democrat. Yang was a little like, let's just give somebody the executive powers. Okay. Who do we want to go with? Aid the Disfavored Scouts or conscript enemy fighters for the Scarlet Chorus? What are we feeling? Sneaky? We are sneaky right now, indeed. I'm feeling, let's see. If we're a lawbreaker, if we break the law, then we're probably gonna be like, we're probably gonna be breaking the law by breaking these guys' laws and conscripting them, you know? Yeah, the narrator is not on his side, unfortunately. Let's do fighters for the Scarlet Chorus. You join the Scarlet Chorus as they raided villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. The voices of Narat emphasized their war to conscription and enslavement over wanton bloodshed. Apparently, his soldiers needed the reminder. Or you lent your skills to the elite Disfavored Scouts to capture a border garrison. Graven Ash insisted that early victory in the offensive would boost the morale of his troops and diminish the haughty overconfidence of the Southerners. Both of these are good. I feel like this might actually be better, though, because capturing a border garrison would look better for me, right? That's like, you know, that's not just like raiding a couple villages, that's like an actual military installation we get captured. So we're gonna do this. The Oathbound Scouts identified a modest border defense and collaborated on an organized attack that would leave the enemy uncoordinated and cut off from aid. You oversaw the preparations and offered your opinions on the strategy. When the clashing of swords and spears fell in silence, followed by the cheering of disavowed scouts, you were the least surprised. Okay, cool. But you're not going to make it. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Alright. Oh, okay, so I don't get to do both. I have to choose which one I want to do. Containing the fire or inside agent? Let's see. Let's do find an inside agent. We're a very, what do you call it? We're a very sneaky kind of guy. We're very much a smooth talker. I feel an inside agent fits kind of what we would do. With the border garrison captured by your disfavored allies, you traveled ahead of Kyrus' armies and lurked in the shadows of the bastard city. You decided that converting one of the locals to Kyrus' side would help bring the city to its knees. After all, corruption starts from within. We're going the full Alpha Legion. What is the Alpha Legion? Is that like for like Caesar's Legion? We can get a fast-talking smuggler or a well-informed guard captain. You enlisted a bitter captain of the guard to sell military secrets to the disfavored, better than Kyrus' forces to march to their next inevitability well-informed. You came to an arrangement with a well-connected smuggler who knew how to sneak agents of the Scarlet Chorus behind the city walls. The Scarlet Chorus are better operatives than soldiers, and this work required a subtle touch. The sneaky Space Marines? Oh, that's right. The guy, Alferneron or whatever, who everyone claims to be the same dude. But he might be dead or he might not be dead. We don't really know. Like Anki's, Titan Bows, Argies, Snow Owls, Crocs, Magmasaurs, Karkis, Crabs, Manas, Rock Elements, Gigas. You had a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. Arc is fun. You know, when it's not being Arc. Honestly, it's like I don't want to go all in. I don't want to go like all in with the disfavored, but a guard captain sounds like a much better idea here than just like a smuggler, you know? So let's go with the guard captain. Get military secrets. Welcome in, Slip. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. We're just doing a little bit of tyranny right now. The giant bats. Ooh. The captain of the guard was of a mind that the bastard city was corrupt and deserving of better leadership. You did nothing to convince him otherwise. After taking your promises of stature and security to heart, he offered you a list of valuable assets, from weakened stones in the ramparts to the state of siege provisions, capping it off with a list of city officials whose loyalties could likewise be turned to support your cause. Betrayal of the Bastard City. Your tactics of infiltration placed you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city defenses for the arrival of Kyrus' forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies a meaningful advantage. How did you assist in the fall of the Bastard City? Okay. Duel the City Marshal. We gained the ability Warrior's Respite. I lose damage, but gain health every 3 seconds. Interesting. You challenge the commander of the Bastard City defenses to an honorable fight to the death. The disfavored wish to spare soldier lives for the battles ahead and civilian lives for occupation. Spreading the word of Kyrus, you converted the poor and disaffected into a hidden army of the Scarlet Chorus. Once the dust settled, the army wished to bolster their troops with these sleeper cells. Okay, and this gives us the ability Searing Pain. It's a fire magic. I don't really care about fire magic, truth be told. I'm not going down the magic route for this guy. Or keeping to the shadows, eliminated the leaders of the Bastard City one by one. Interesting. So create a cloud of obscuring shadows and dust. For a short duration, enemies that use physical attacks against you have a significantly increased chance to miss. During this time, your attacks will be also less effective. Interesting. So basically, it's just I can just use it's just like a smoke screen. Not bad. It's, I mean, I have to I have to step out of the shadows eventually, right? I have to step out. Also, I like the idea of getting health back. I don't care if I lose damage as long as I gain health, because this is basically a 60% regaining of health. I think that'd be really good. Yeah, healing, damage, or dodge. I'm gonna go for healing. I think healing is the way to go. Alright. City Marshal was an old but experienced fighter, and his value to the guard was an accepted truth. After making guarantees for your protection, you met him in the square of the market district and fought in view of the tense onlookers. The battle drew on longer than you thought possible. Good fortune struck when an ornamental chain hanging from the marshal's armor snagged the quillion of his sword, granting you the opportunity to end his life swiftly. Kyrus' forces celebrated your return to camp and the dissolution of enemy morale. All agreed that the Bastard City was poised to crumble. Alright, so they're basically gonna have, like, no defenses now. And just like that, they are gone. And we can move inland. Alright, the Bastard City settled in a new state of normalcy with every tower displaying Kyrus' banner. Your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kyrus' conquest, either as a judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. What is Lethian's Crossing? Built in the shadow of an old Wells junction in the realm of Haven, Lethian's Crossing is a growing trading settlement. The nearby rivers are rich in iron ore, though the locals lack the technology to smelt and forge the elements. In the years following Kyrus' conquest of the Tiers, the population of Lethian swelled with refugees and fleeing the destruction of their homelands. The presence of the forge-bound mining the iron along with the guards makes the makeshift settlement a vital resource for Kyrus' armies. About the common L of your RNG when you have a higher attack than AI and they pulled out 37 to 23. Oh no. That is always the worst when you're like in a game and you're like, unless the AI just gets like a massive random RNG boost, you've got it in the bag, and then they pull out the massive RNG boost. Yeah, honestly, just get better at cheating at cards. I kind of like the idea of Lethian's Crossing. I like the idea of going, I mean, we're already terrible at fighting, so we should probably go down, like, the statesmanship route, I imagine. After all, how can I be a tyrant if I don't have the statesmanship skills to back it up, you know what I mean? The troops of the mountain realm of Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbors in the Bastard Tier fell. In the second year of the war, a joint force of the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus crossed over the mountains to take control of the Tier's central valley. Or, deposits of iron made the settlement of Lethian's Crossing a strategic war asset. Kyrus sent the forge-bound smith mages of exceptional skill to establish a flow of weaponry. Tunon the Adjudicator sent one of his Fate-binders to ensure the enforcement of Kyrus' law. You don't know what I mean? Ah, it's fine. You're just lucky you've never been XCOM, then it sounds like. 6 strength on the enemy compared to your 3 strength also. Where did they get that? Oh, sometimes the game decides they get buffed, I guess. And back in college, you can confirm it's a skill issue. Really? Why would you cheat in poker games, though, Flamen? Why would you do such a thing? I can't believe it. Alright, let's do Lethian's Crossing, then. Confirm. We're going the Statesman route. Alright. 429. Man, I can almost do numbers, guys. I can almost do numbers. Alright, Lethian's Crossing. Years ago, the Lethian... Sorry. Not to win? I mean, but what if you just win normally? You don't have to cheat. Are you telling me you would give up your morals for pizza money? Because I would as well, I'm going to be honest with you. I totally would. 100%, yeah. Would. I believe the meme is would. Normally, it is used in the context of a person who may be unconventionally attractive, but you still find desirable. In this case, I'm using it in the sense of I totally would give up any and all morals, in fact, for pizza money. What can I say? I love pizza. It's kind of great. Years ago, Lethian the Bold founded a small merchant town at the intersection of ancient old walls. A pact between the settlers and a mercenary company meant that the caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or bane, and the town thrived in modest insignificance. Lethian's Crossing drew Kyrus' attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kyrus' control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops and refine ore and arm the Disfavored with the finest weapons known to the world. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the mercenary support with a generous bribe, taking the crossing in a bloodless victory. Tunon dispatched you to travel alongside Kyrus' forces and bring order to the region. Lethian the Bald. He does sound like a bald person. This is a very bold coded name with Lethian. Alright. The Cult of Siren. The Archon of Song's power ensnared the mind of a disfavored soldier. The iron must flow. You found a clever solution to improve production of iron weapons and armor. Heck yeah. Are you kidding me? I guess we're going all in with the disfavored, because I've already made them love me. So maybe I do this to make them like me. Kyrus' smith mages worked day and night to create weapons. No one faulted their dedication, yet production was low. The plans that came to light proved divisive to the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus. On one hand, any additional manpower is needed for fighters, not forges. On the other hand, the celebrated weaponry of Kyrus' armies needed to be fiercely guarded. Conscript a tribe of beastmen. I mean... what are they gonna do with it, right? Their strength would more than offset their disobedience. The Disfavored protested that savages have access to our secrets of iron, but their voices were few compared to the support of the Scarlet Chorus. The Scarlet Chorus took refugees in the recent influx and forced them to serve in Kyrus' military. You repurposed these individuals to haul wagons of iron for the Smith Mages. This proved an inconvenience to the Scarlet Chorus, who relied on their force of numbers to be effective in the field. The spice must flow? Yeah. Or we can go the Cult of Siren. Siren, Archon of Song, used her arcane charm to lure locals into joining Kyrus' army. As a patroness of the Scarlet Chorus, her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When an enthralled, disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and need to be stopped. Okay. So this favor demanded that the Archon of Song cease her recruitment practices and that they be allowed to violently subdue her cult of followers. The loss of soldiers was a significant setback to the Scarlet Chorus's conscription efforts. She's literally gaining followers, and we're like, alright, I know they're technically on my side, but they need to be violently subdued. Or in Scarlet Chorus tradition, you sent the latest batch of cultists to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Those who survived were welcome to remain in Kyrus' military, and their performance would stand as a testimony to Siren's effectiveness. I don't really care what a cult is doing. That's not my prerogative. I only care about iron, which must indeed flow. Let's use the Beastmen. I think they, they're valuable assets. They should be put to work, Otherwise, what else am I gonna do? Slaughter them? Probably. At least this way they're still alive. Only chorus has got the only chorus, that's true. The Scarlet Chorus were overjoyed to learn of Beastman conscription and graciously lent their support to your cause. The local Beastmen were subdued and yoked to iron-bearing wagons where their boundless strength and tirelessness proved critical to the Smith mages. Okay, so that's not exactly what I thought they would be doing. I thought we would be, using them as smiths. I think we're just using them as, a literal ox, but they're just a beast person. Oh. I think I just enslaved these people. Whoopsie. Anyways, who cares? Anyways, they're beastmen, they don't have rights. So, the disfavored grew agitated about exposing the secret of iron to savages. You attempted to ally their concerns, but your words fell flat before a stubborn, uncompromising audience. They're packing me. Yeah. Why would you let the animals use the sharp tools? I don't know. I thought maybe they'd have, beastmen secrets that we could use to make cool tools. Instead, I kind of enslaved them. Well, that's unfortunate. Holy... Yeah, guys, I'm just playing Pal World, don't worry. I'm just playing Pokemon, it's okay. Alright, what else we got? We have... A Guardian's Due. Kyrus' army used Lethian's Crossing as a reprieve from the war. The city grew more crowded as a mercenary army hired by the Archon of Secrets occupied the barracks where they drained resources and escalated tensions. The disfavored wanted nothing to do with the Sellswords, but the Scarlet Chorus sought to invite them into the fold. Interesting. So mercenaries are kind of just being a pain in the butt right now, so we have to decide what to do with them. We have Smith mages for that? Yeah, I kind of forgot about the Smith mages. Oh well. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, Pal World, pretty fun game, sold millions of copies. Kind of a sleeper hit if you ask me. So really, I'm just using the sleeper hit money. It's gonna work out, trust me. Since you aided the production of weapons, commanders of both armies lobbied for additional arms. They offered all manner of bribes to be next in line for a fitting session with the Masters of the Forge. How did you sate the lust for iron? Okay, I like this, because this is, what bribe do I receive? Hashtag not sponsored? Yeah, hashtag not sponsored. Alright, choose the disfavored. Keeping the best tools in the hands of the elite, the Scarlet Chorus saw the slight as an obvious display of your preferential treatment. You gave the arms to the Scarlet Chorus commanders, knowing they pay very well for any killing tool. Weaponry of such a claim was typically reserved for the highest disavowed officers, but you are open to changing tradition under the circumstances. Or you allowed no changes to the orderly suspension of iron and punished those who tried to bribe you twice. I mean, as a lawbreaker, what's a little bit of, what's a little bit of bribery on the side? I mean, and it's not breaking the law, it's interpreting it to my advantage, and I think that's okay. It sounds like these guys will give me money, while these guys... Yeah, so these guys, basically, it seems like the current status is the... What do you call it? The disfavored have good weapons, while the Scarlet Chorus do not. So the disfavored are not giving me anything to ensure they keep getting iron. Meanwhile, the Scarlet Chorus will pay me money. Yeah, I know, exactly, Philly. Why have a position of power if I'm not going to abuse it? Very, very true. Nothing else, the Scarlet Chorus were wont to pay for services rendered. As a reward for arming a notorious gang boss with the finest weapons, Horde soldiers around camp found excuses to palm you rings or other valuables throughout the Apex campaign. You could hardly cross from one end of camp to the other without your belt string jingling, a personal anthem of wealth. The disfavored watched the Chorus lieutenants parade about with bravado, themselves disgusted by the display. Well, that's not my problem. If they wanted better armor, they should have given me more money. Is mid Iron Age right now, so Iron is like kind of insane. Oh, okay. Who controlled the crossing? Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voices of Narat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Tunon ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kairos' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned to the front. As the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus showed increasing tension and hostility toward each other, Tunon decreed it best that only one force controlled the crossing. Who controlled the crossing? I mean, the Scarlet Chorus literally just gave me money. I scratch their back, they scratch mine type of deal. I'm kind of also the Scarlet Chorus apparently has a really cute singing lady in charge of it, and what can I say? I'm a simp for a good voice, so I think we give it to the Scarlet Chorus here. Yeah, we're giving it to the Scarlet Chorus. Scarlet Chorus flooded Lethian's Crossing with overeager and undisciplined recruits. In the first few days of occupation, settlers... Oh. That's not good. I may have made the wrong call here. Welcome in, Silver. Welcome, welcome. Get seduced by the only chorus model? Yeah. By the following week, the hordemen who had sowed chaos for personal gain were dead, strung up by the more disciplined half that took up the reins of a self-appointed bosses in Lethian's Crossing. The Forgebound continued to mint iron weapons and armor, which Kairos' merchants carted to disfavored garrisons elsewhere in the tiers. Shipments were light or sometimes absent. The Scarlet Chorus quartermaster claimed ignorance of the matter. Yeah, okay. Maybe putting the just literal horde in charge of our iron supplies wasn't the best idea, now that I think about it. But they paid me money, so, you know, chaos, where is corn? I don't think there's anything corn adjacent yet. We haven't found that yet. Alright. So that's the Scarlet Chorus. Lethian's Crossing. With the mercenaries expelled from Lethian's Crossing under new leadership, Kairos' forces congratulated themselves on bringing order to the settlement and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills are needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, or the Vellum Citadel. What is the Vellum Citadel? It was a library fortress, the largest archive of written word in the tiers. The School of Ink and Quill protected and maintained the archive of ancient lore for centuries, standing apart from the political upheavals of the younger realms as an enduring pillar of knowledge and culture. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I may have let the worst of the worst run that place for some money. Counterpoint, I've already left, so it's not my problem anymore, you know? I've been good. Hope you've been doing well, Silver. We're just doing a little tyranny right now. Alright, Stalwarts. If its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm of the tiers. The Vellum Citadel, its treasures, its knowledge, and its secrets are Azure. To subjugate the nation of Azure. I mean, considering that the Vellum Citadel literally has its own little flavor text here, I feel like it's probably the most important of the three, right? Some pit fighter's mother probably lived there? Probably. Let's do the Vellum Citadel. I wanna find cool books. I wanna find some cool books and stuff here. 430, year 3 of Kairos' conquest. Alright. I guess I could give this one to the disfavored, because I don't know if I want to let the horde run loose in a library full of ancient secrets. I'm going to be real with you guys. I think maybe the discipline would be a little bit better here. The Vellum Citadel was an archive and library of massive scale. Its inhabitants were known as the School of Ink and Quill, a circle of mages that centuries ago carved out their own mountainous refuge on lands unsettled by the other major realms. Legend said that the Citadel housed a treasure trove of arcane knowledge. The Overlord spies infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. The time was ripe to send a detachment to the Great Library Fortress and force the scholars to yield to Kairos. They're gonna, yeah, I think they'll do unspeakable things to the books if I let them in, which I really don't want them to do. They'll burn it down in a very orderly way. I hope they don't. That'd be really bad. Chain of Command. A detachment of Kyros's army marched on the Vellum Citadel expecting an orderly surrender. As they neared the main gates, a blast of arcane energy struck the commanders dead. Suddenly, the highest-ranking officer alive, Kyros's forces looked to you for the next steps. The call weighed on your mind as it had an immediate influence on the soldiers' losses. Why did they think they would just peacefully... the bussy even? I think it would be, if I understand the etymology of the ussy suffix, the morphology of the ussy suffix correctly, I believe it would be bukasi, because the way it works is you take the first syllable of the word and then add the ussy affix after it. Book is a single syllable word. It's a very long syllable word, but it is in fact a single syllable word with two phonemes, if I remember my linguistics correctly. Because the ka is not its own syllable, right? The ka sound is not, so it would actually be bukussy, not bussy. The bussy? No, it's the bukussy, or bukussy, yeah, that's what it would be. Okay, nerd. Hey, look, I got a degree in this, I have to apply it where I can. Alright, Chain of Command or Song of Ensnarement. Siren, the Archon of Song, my girl, used her power to enthrall enemy mages who crept beyond the Citadel's walls. After Kyros's forces rounded up the arcane practitioners, the disfavored began executing the new captives before they could share dangerous knowledge, a crime under Kyros's law with the Scarlet Chorus. Ooh, so you're sticking with the bussy? Well, you're wrong. The correct term is bukussy. I will not stand such ignorance and uneducation in this chat after I even brought out the phonology and morphology of why it's bukussy instead of bussy. Man, I bring you this knowledge and you reject it, so I try to enlighten you savages in chat, and this is how I'm repaid. Surely my job as an inspiring force for this world is going to be a tough one. I don't know if I just want to, like, execute this, guys. You calm the disfavored with a compromise. The sage's mouse would be bound with iron bribes, bridles preventing them from speaking their forbidden knowledge. You punish the disfavored for executing mages bound to the Scarlet Chorus, ordering that several disfavored soldiers be given to the Archon of Song as their personal bodyguards. I want to go down the disfavored route for this because, again, I really don't want the Vellum Citadel to fall under Scarlet Chorus control, given that they're probably just going to burn it to the ground. Is the nerd still talking? I am, actually. I am. Thank you very much. How to refer to sexy books. I think you should, actually. Let a 5-6 pair of... And actually, it's 5-7. Thank you very much. Alright, what about this? You order the expendable Scarlet Chorus to attack, commanding the disorderly mob forward to give the elite disfavored a chance to withdraw. Though a costly maneuver in terms of lives lost, this assured the survival of the most capable and elite soldiers. You order the disfavored to advance their shield wall, knowing that a handful of Kyros's elite soldiers could hold off the attack until the Scarlet Chorus retreated. You knew the disfavored would despise you for any losses at the Scarlet Chorus's expense, but that was a small price to pay for saving lives. 5'7" and high heels. No, if I were to wear high heels, I could probably get up to 6 foot if I wore high heels. Those things are like, what, 5-6 inches? I never would, though, because I would, what do you call it? I don't think, I already have enough trouble walking without just tripping on grass. Imagine putting me in, like, literal stilts. That'd be a terrible idea. Let's do... okay. But if I sacrifice the Scarlet Chorus, that's less people that can bribe me. Let's calm the disfavored with a compromise here. Because I don't care how this turns out. If they equally die, that's whoever. But this way, we at least get mages, and I can use those mages later on. This guy's a pocket price. Prince? What do you mean? What is a pocket prince? What does that even mean? I feel like it's an insult, but I can't say. As the disfavored fitted the sages with their restraining mask, the Scarlet Chorus openly criticized the suppression of enemy intelligence. He gave the soldiers a stern lesson on Kyros's laws and the sensitive treatment of forbidden knowledge, but that didn't stop the whispering and rumors that the conquest was being mismanaged. Also, I guess this is technically upholding the law. So I guess it was the way to go. Alright. The Right of Command. The Archon of Song incited Scarlet Chorus recruits to fight their leaders. Bosses were killed and supplanted left and right. The disfavored demanded an end to the practice for the good of the conquest. Oh, she's kind of a loose cannon, isn't she? I kind of like that. You'll let me figure it out for myself. I don't know if I wanna. I don't know if I want it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know what that means. Like, I guess I'm a little guy that can fit in like a pocket or something? I don't know. Or we can do the Spy Master's Agents. A group of enemy mages surrendered to the disfavored, claiming to be spies loyal to the voices of Nerat. No one in the army could verify the claim. The disfavored ready to interrogate the mages, but the Scarlet Chorus protested, demanding that the prisoners be given to their custody. They couldn't risk the voices of Nerat's secrets falling into the wrong hands. She got her Sims to rise up. Oh, that is true. She did get her Sims to rise up. You ruled that each Archon had the right to govern their armies according to their nature. The right to command bred chaos, but it also ensured the strongest led to rise. You agreed with the disfavored arguments. The right of command has its place, but not when Kairos' forces were outnumbered and reinforcements were weak behind, if not longer. I mean, I have to do what my girl says, don't I? Put some pants on? No, I refuse. Look, she has the right to run her Sims how she likes, and if she wants to get the strongest simp, it's like, you know how in Baki, how you had the prison guy who was like, I put every poisonous creature in a jar, and then whichever one, you know, comes out of the jar is the strongest? It's like that, but with simps. Whichever simp is strong enough to rise and lead the others will be the Giga Simp for the Scarlet Chorus Archon of Song. And who am I to dissuade them from such an effective means of establishing command? Not the jar. Don't worry about the jar. Your keen understanding of their ways pleased and surprised the Scarlet Chorus detachment, who thanked you for the ruling. The following evening, 2 gang bosses were murdered in their pallets and replaced by stronger variants who fought hard to defend their status. Though the camp grew quiet over time, the chorus fought with twice the ferocity under new leadership. Okay. The Edict of Fire. Food and morale dwindled as the siege party realized the enemy would win this war of attrition. Tunon sent word that Kairos' patience had run thin. The Overlord would cast an Edict of Fire on the enemy. The parchment arrived in a slender case of engraved iron, written on it the words of a spell powerful enough to destroy the Vellum Citadel. You had the choice of when to read the edict. Reading at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of the devastation to come. You could also wait until sunset, giving them ample time to flee or make amends. I mean, I don't want to destroy the place. I want to, like, get its stuff, right? Whatever simp has enough to afford tier 3 for the longest, the strongest. I don't know if the Archon of Song has tier 3 simps or not, but they feel like the kind of person that would. Opting via the enemy no quarter, you proclaim the Edict of Fire at first moments of dawn, granting the enemy no warning of destruction to come. Though the course insisted your actions doomed their spies, the disfavored applaud your decision. Claiming that they still had spies within the Citadel, the Scarlet Chorus urged you to warn the mages of the Overlord's edict. Granting their request, you met with the enemy under a blue flag of peace and warned them of their doom, giving the Chorus spies and the enemy a chance to run. What should we do? You think they're far past that? That's true. They're literally murdering each other. They're murdering each other for their Archon's favor. That's got to be at least like tier 4. She got the tier 4. She's on a different level, for real, for real. To react she's just using the siege as react content. She's actually just in the other room right now. But you know, we're watching with bated breath. Tier 69. I don't know if they'd go that far. Look, there's so much knowledge in here. I don't want to lose it. But it sounds like they're not going to take the knowledge with them. In which case, I don't know what to do. Tier 420, potentially. So many died to get into that tier. Only the strongest can make it to tier 69, to a tier 69 sub, though. Which, you know, kind of makes sense, because I imagine the Archon of Song is probably a Dom. Anyways, I mean, if it's gonna be destroyed anyways, I might as well have the Scarlet Chorus like me, given that, you know, they're not gonna be able to go in and burn the books. I guess I am. Blast them, books are for nerds. But I'm a nerd. I put all of my points into lore. As a nerd, I have to at least give them a chance to save the books here. Or they flee with them. Maybe we can find them later if we do this. You confronted the mages with a warning and hoped the message was received. The hour before sunset, numerous figures were spotted fleeing the Citadel. As the sun dipped under the horizon, you read the words of the edicts. There was shook and red-orange light flowed from the foundation of the sprawling Citadel, bubbling up from under the library. A torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from windows and between loose bricks, melting winding trenches in the surrounding land. Days later, the flames still raged on, the conflagration continually fed and renewed by the powers of the edict. I mean, hopefully we got some cool books out of that. Alright. Well, I wonder if there was a way I could have, like, actually taken the Citadel there. Or if it was, like, guaranteed that I had to use the Edict to fire. Maybe if I had done the things to, like... Yeah, maybe if I had done the things to, like, save more troops, we would have been able to win the fight. We did kind of Pompeii them. The armies of Kairos left the devastation of the Vellum Citadel in silence. From that day forward, the Tears came to know the once noble Citadel as the Burning Library. This was an undisputed loss of resources, knowledge, culture, and life, but a message had been sent. The Overlord will not tolerate defiance. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. You were one of the last to depart from the mountains, and as you journeyed off, you spotted a few campfires in the mountains. They were mere specks dwarfed by the Inferno, the last gasps of survivors or perhaps looters from Kairos' armies bored and daring enough to pick through the ashes. Alright. Get Pompeii'd, idiot, I suppose. Alright. Conquest complete. You have reached the end of Kairos' conquest. Do you want to continue or erase your progress to start over? Let's continue. Did we essentially just torch the Library of Alexandria? I think it's more like we torched the Library of Baghdad, honestly. Or was it called the Golden House in Baghdad? The Golden Library?
431.
Essentially, we got like the even bigger library and just destroyed it.
Realms, the bastard tier, the free cities.
Okay.
All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands.
I believe you mean my lands.
But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance.
That's not gonna go well for you guys. You do realize there's an entire continent out there, right?
We have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault.
Also, rip this guy, just a spear straight through the head.
With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it, Tana. That's very nice. I appreciate the continued support. I hope you enjoy the badge. I don't have any custom badge. I apologize. I can look into getting some made for some of the different tiers and the like. But thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you're continuing enjoying the stream. Bit emotes, that could be fun. Garlic bread. Ooh, garlic bread would be real nice.
The Overlord is not amused. And Kairos has one message for the Archons. Crush the Oathbreakers, or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict.
Oh, damn.
A magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons.
Here's what I'm thinking. I kill the Archons, and then I take control of their army, and then I make my own little kingdom, and then eventually I rise up against Kairos. I think that's the plan. I think that's a good plan.
As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you.
Interesting, interesting.
You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
What tier subs does Slanesh have? I'm gonna, I mean, considering that she literally consumes their souls, that's gotta be like at least a tier 5. Tier 4 is killing in the name of. I feel tier 5 is literally giving your soul to the other person. So I would go with that minimum tier 5 for Slanesh. But yeah, I agree. Screw Kairos. I'm gonna make myself the ruler here. Also, is that raining blood? That's a lot of blood. Like, where do they have like a fountain system? Do they have irrigation specifically just to repump the blood up and down? Like, what about like evaporation? Are they just continually killing more and more people for the blood there? I mean, how many people a day die for this one set piece? You know what I mean? Even applies to your children. Oh yeah, that's true. A sub so bad, even your children are forced to give up their souls. Just rusty water, don't worry. Yeah, rusty water. We don't have iron yet. We're like in the beginnings of the Iron Age, unfortunately. This is your first visit to the world. Tyrant, watch for these windows to help you become familiar with the game. You can disable tutorial messages at any time from the game options menu. Okay. Aurora. Kairos, the Overlord, be praised. When I heard the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. The disfavored warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate, the traditional salute of religion. A pleasure to see you again, Fatebinder. You were with us since before the first official days of the conquest, and so it's fitting you're here now. What I hope is the last gap of resistance from these backwards tiersmen. Here's to hoping you can convince the Archons to settle on a plan to crush the Oathbreakers. That is why you're here, right? Conversations involve you and another character, and sometimes additional parties like bystanders or companions who may interject. Choices you make change how the story develops and will build a reputation for your character over time. People in the world will learn of your reputations, good and bad, and respond accordingly. Now that gameplay started, you're off to bed. Have a good night, Flamin. Have a good night. Alright. Let's see. Your character of attributes, skills, history, and gender, as well as decisions you make in the conquest may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to the other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personality and attitude. Each character who speaks with you will display a banner beneath their portrait. These banners indicate which faction the character is allied with. The tooltip on these banners will provide information about how that faction feels about you. You'll often see the names of important characters and locations displayed in a gold text color. The tooltips of these glossary entries provide you with important information about the world. Okay, so it's like Pillars of Eternity. Lore moments? Yeah, I agree. I think we go with the lore moments. Oathbreakers. In honor of the Vendrian Guard reneging on the surrender of 429, soldiers in the boast of the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus now refer to these tiersmen as Oathbreakers. It is perhaps one of the few points of agreement between the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus. Alright, how do you feel about me? Disfavored. Okay, so they don't... Okay, so I'm 41% of the way to them liking me and 0% of the way to them hating me. Cool. I'm in a hurry to deliver a message to the Archons. I come bearing an edict of Kairos. Our soldiers will complete their task or die. Can you hear that hum in the air that glows around the rocks? The avalanche is Kairos' magic. The Overlord has sealed the valley. I mean, I put all these points into lore. I might as well use it, right? I gained... Oh, hell yeah! So I gained experience for that. Nice. Your senses see more than mine, good Fatebinder. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if that was Kairos' magic and you're here on important business, well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secrets to guess they are here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague, an edict of twisting bones? I come bearing an edict of Kairos. Our soldiers will complete their task or die. Your word? I gained... Oh. They did not like that. That's not good. Your words sting, but they are not false. The soldiers stand ready, yet the Archons never issued the charge. If anything can force them to act, it will be the Overlord's edict. Okay, so I shouldn't have told them that. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I don't have to share everything with them. Well, you've traveled a long way. I won't keep you any further. I'm sure the Archons will want to hear from you at... Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastward with an alarm. Do you hear that? More runners, third time this week. The Oathbreakers keep trying to send messengers through the mountains to gather help from outside the valley. She points over to the collapsed path by which you arrived, but they're a bit too late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. For the glory of Kairos. Okay. Combat. Tyranny uses a pausable real-time combat system. Because you'll often manage more than one character at a time, it's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time to see the orders play out. The option menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing when certain conditions are met, such as the start of combat. Press spacebar to pause and unpause the game. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pause at the start of combat, just so I can give my initial orders for sure. Your character can always perform basic attacks using their equipped weapon or their fist if fighting unarmed. Characters also have special abilities and spells they can use in combat. When a character is selected, their ability bar displays their hotkeyed abilities. As new abilities or spells are gained, they are automatically added to the ability bar. All of your character's abilities and spells can be accessed by selecting the category icon at the bottom of the selected frame. Abilities are grouped into talents, spells, and combo abilities, artifact abilities, or reputation abilities and stances. Category icons for weapon sets and quick items also follow. To use an ability, left-click on the ability icon and press a hotkey corresponding to its location on the ability bar. Your cursor will change to indicate whether or not the mouse is over a valid target for the ability. If the cursor has a red X in the corner, you are not over a valid target. If the cursor has a pair of feet in the corner, you'll need to move closer to the target to use the ability. For abilities that target party members, such as healing spells, buffs, and etc., you can click on the party portraits to target the ability on the party member instead of clicking on them. Press escape at any time to cancel the targeting ability. All characters in the game, friend and foe, have 5 primary defensives against attacks: parry, dodge, endurance, will, and magic. Parry defends against melee attacks and spells. Higher skill ranks will reduce damage from enemy attacks and may lead to them to miss altogether. Dodge skill defends against range attacks from bows, javelins, or magic spells. Higher skill ranks reduce damage taken or cause enemies to miss. So parry is for melee, dodge is for range. Okay. Endurance, will, and magic. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, equipped items, and other effects. A character accuracy is based on their skill with the type of weapon they are wielding. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made to determine how likely it is the attack will hit. They compare the accuracy value of 1 of 5 defenses. Okay. So basically, I have to have a higher accuracy than them, and if it's lower, I either miss or do reduce damage. Got it. There are 4 possible results for any attack: hit, critical hit, graze, and miss. Critical hit increases your damage, while a graze reduces it. With each attack, you gain experience in the weapon skill used to make the attack. Even a miss will grant some experience. Alright, so game pause. Let's go to options. Oh, I know. I just want to find auto pause. Auto pause on combat start. And for now, I'll leave it on that. I'll leave it on auto pause on combat start. Save changes. Okay. So I'm attacking right here. I can use heart shot. So I press 2. Heart shot on this guy. And then I can also select you. Oh, but I don't control you. I only control me right now. Alright, so let's do a heart shot on this fella. Skill 2. I need to right click to use the heart shot. I see. Nice. Is this health right there? The 3 things? I guess so. Alright, and now I can also do a thrust to if I want to engage in melee, palm strike, or warrior's respite. For now, let's just do basic attack. Oh, okay, so this is the cooldown up here. Okay, so that's the cooldown on an individual attack. Nice. And a critical hit. Skill increased. Nice. Matt Mercer, is that you? It does kind of sound like him. I wonder if he's the voice for it. Leadership, defense, power, agility, ranged, and magic. With each level, you gain 1 point to purchase a talent from any of these categories. Within a talent tree, each tier of talents unlocks based on how many talent points have been spent within that tree. To learn a talent, select this icon and then hit save to confirm your choice. Each companion has their own talent trees with unique abilities. These abilities unlock in the same manner as your character talents. As you spend points within a companion talent tree, further tiers become available. Okay, how do I enter the talent tree? Select all party members, stealth, formation, campaign supplies, critical hits, movement and control. I'm guessing it's up here. Spell creation. Interesting. So I can actually make spells based on what I find in the world, based off my lore skill. Oh, that's cool. Opinion on the Black Legion? I don't know enough about them, so I can't really give an opinion. Alright, so these are my talents. So we have leadership, defense, power, agility, range, and magic. Okay. I have 1 point. Oh, this is spent in the range tree. Okay. Not how many points I have available for that tree. I mean, we can do penetrating shot. Replaces the heart shot. Escape adds a rooting effect. Can I create? Okay, so I can actually escape engagements when in melee. Hobble targets. Gain a bonus to accuracy when attacking from further than 5 meters away. That's pretty good. Adds armor penetration. Gonna add armor penetration. Can I not save? Oh, maybe I didn't level it up. It was just saying I have access to the tree now. Weapon skills. Dodge is pretty good. Okay. Let's continue along this way. Alright, what do we see? Avalanche has blocked us. Think you could fit through that rubble. Let's see. A rock slide blocks the path ahead. You can squeeze through a narrow gap between the stones or attempt to push one of the boulders out of your way. 30 athletics or squeeze through? Let's just push the boulder. We've got the athletics for it. Loot. Oh, that's a good question. Sorry, Lee. I have loot to grab. I may be in the service of our guy here, but yeah, let's get this. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's push the boulder out of the way. Get some athletic skill. Oh. I'm assuming that was an enemy. Brute strength will also work. I'm gonna assume that was an enemy I just crushed to death there. Or else that's a bit unfortunate. Alright, let's go over here. If I use my heart shot on this guy. Heart shot him. Okay. What's going on? Alright, use heart shot now. Right click.
It's a battle.
Okay. So I guess the next attack will be a heart shot. Probably. I don't know if it worked or not. 2. There. Okay, there we go. I got it that time. That is Matt Mercer? Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Definitely sounds like it. I will say, I've got to find something to increase my attack speed. I am attacking so slowly right now. I am so slow. This is painful. Alright, we've almost got our heart shot back.
Will do.
Okay. So it's left click. It's left click to attack, not right click. Good to know, good to know. And I could also move to melee to attack if I wanted. Let me loot! Let me loot! I want to loot. Oh, I guess they're under a boulder, so I can't. Sun Soldier Jav. I'm just gonna take all. I'm sure I have like an inventory. You good, man? You good? He doesn't look too good. Player male 1 is Matt. Player 2 is Ray Chase and Evan Smith. So player 3 is. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, so I did choose player 1, so it is Matt Mercer. Nice. I don't know why that guy was just carrying a mushroom, but sure. All right. Who is my ally here? I can't tell.
Try and catch me, worm.
Okay, this is the Scarlet Chorus. How do the Scarlet Chorus not like me? I did so many things for them. What's going on here? A young Scarlet Fury weaves around the Vendrian Guard attackers, avoiding their weapon with fluid grace. He nods to acknowledge you. The elite fighters of the Scarlet Chorus, distinguished by their graceful attacks and murderous persistence. Better armed and trained than most Chorus conscripts, the Furies are bound among the vanguard of battle. Their brutal displays of skill, inspiring bloodlust in the masses and fear in the enemy. Vendrian Guard is an army of landlocked realms of Apex, defenders of the eternal central of the central realm of the Tears. Named for House Vendrian, the ruling dynasty of Apex, the Guard has a reputation of being as resilient and stubborn as the mountains themselves. Ostensibly beaten by Kairos' armies and forced to surrender in 429, the Vendrian Guard resurfaced in 431, brazenly defying the Overlord's rule. Okay. Sun Soldier. Vendrian Guard does not care about me. Oh wait, but she's kind of cute. A breathless enemy soldier passes a glance to our countrymen. This one's crazy, too much lead into their water, we should cut our losses and turn back.
Fate Binder. Here at last. Care to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery?
Where have I heard her voice before? Her voice sounds really familiar. Save something for me. For the realm, charge. The Vendrian weapon guard level their weapons and advance. Alright, let's go. Oh, so I control her now. Verse. Cool. Alright, so what skills you got? Skewer. Okay. We have Skewer, which just does some slash damage. Burning Iron adds burning. Uses a bow, though, so I don't think I can use that since I'm in melee right now. Blood-Soaked Stone. Interesting. So it's a combo ability, so I'd have to get close to use that, and then some health items. For now, let's just use Skewer on this lady, and then I'll go to me right here and use Heart Throw right here. Okay. Hey, try not to die, lady. Oh, she's not doing too good, is she? Alright, switch targets to here. You switch targets to here. I mean, it is a bit of a 3v1. Hopefully she doesn't die. I just found this really cool lady and now she's almost dead. Scarlet Poison. Oh. I thought this would be like a health potion. Lesser healing potion. Yeah, use that on yourself, please. Alright, now you're not dying. Have I watched Fate in dub? I have, yeah. I actually tend to watch shows in dub just because I usually do. I like to multitask when I watch dubs. Like I'll usually be playing, or when I watch shows, like I usually be playing a game or something as well. And I cannot understand Japanese, so I usually do the dub. Alright, do the heart throw right here. Nice. Alright, defeat the remaining rebels in the camp. But before that, let me loot. Let me loot!
I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent.
That is very true, I did not.
I'm Verse, by the way. But there are
Okay.
more important things to take care of than introductions.
First explain what you're doing here. Why are they attacking us? You're dismissed. I'll find you at the Scarlet. I'm not gonna dismiss her immediately. You kidding me? I just got here. What is your role in the army?
Fury, one of
Cool.
the elite killers of our ignoble gang. You'll see more than a few of us around camp, but don't let that fool you. We're a rare breed.
Okay.
Most of the soldiers in the Scarlet Chorus are little more than farmers and children armed with rusty
I mean, they
swords.
should have iron now. I did give them iron. I got bribed to do so, after all. Is Archer of Red an assassin? Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's, she 100% sounds like Semiramis. That's where I heard it. The slightly condescending voice? Yeah. I was like, it sounds really familiar. I didn't know. Wait, I didn't know they, I didn't know Anilante also had the same voice actor. That's just some range, damn. Huh. And Bloodhound and Apex. Oh. I guess Apex is kind of harder to tell because they put it through the voice filter, but cool. Very
the voices
cool.
of Nerat called his best fighters to this siege.
Okay.
There must be something important about
Vendrian's
Vendrian's
well.
though. Don't ask me what. The Archon isn't in the habit of spilling secrets.
Okay. So I'm guessing this is like a fortress we're trying to take right now. Why are they attacking now?
My guess. The Vendrian Guard are
Okay.
testing our
They're really
standing
desperate to get
battle,
beyond the mountains and
learning
couldn't
how
wait
we
until
perform
nightfall.
before they
Yeah, I
were
probably would have waited till nightfall. Would have been easier to just break
Yeah,
through and
they're
run.
really desperate to
Share the
get
same
beyond
character,
mountains
also
before
Assassins
they
of
know.
Black Master. Really? Dang. I mean, I guess if someone has the range, it's probably cheaper to hire one person for a lot of lines than it is to hire multiple people for multiple characters, you know what I mean? I guess that makes sense. Alright, let's join the battle.
I like that. Before we
Um,
go, you might search among the remains of our fallen
yeah,
comrades.
let's get some
Wherever
rings.
they're bound, I doubt they'll miss
Oh,
their
no, this is
boots,
actually a
much less
currency.
any rings or any useful
Okay.
armor they might be collecting.
I thought this would be like a literal ring I could steal. Nice and
No reason
practical.
to pity the fallen.
There we
Before
go.
long, we might
Okay,
wish
she
we'd
liked
joined them here.
she liked that I was
But
gonna
at
be a
least we'll
loot
enjoy
goblin.
having
I think me
pockets
and
in the
Verse are gonna get
flowers.
along quite well, actually. I can be a loot goblin with her.
For the voices of Nerat!
Okay. Let's take all consumables and spell scrolls. Image of a sigil for magic. Has a high enough lore skill. You can learn the sigil and use it to craft spells. If you meet the lore requirement for the scroll, right-click on the scroll icon and then click the learn button at the bottom of the inspection interface. Okay, so if I go probably I for inventory. Party stash. Craft spells. I mean, okay, but where's the scroll I just picked up? That's what I'm trying to find. Is Jones VA who played two other characters? Oh, what other characters did Jones VA play? Oh, was it this? The Edict. Oh, okay, okay, so... Lore 35. Wow! I can't believe I don't have enough lore, despite the fact I put everything into lore. I put most of my points into lore. The game is like, no lore for you. What about a hat? Well, for one thing, this has, it seems like actual, armor, which is cool. Recovery. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on. And then, anything else? Broken armor, or Varandian Guard heavy bronze armor. Alright. I guess it makes me take a little longer to attack, but it gives me actual armor, which is cool. which I don't really have right now, so I'll put that on. Let's put that on. And a Sun Soldier Javelin. This is way better than my Javelin. Wait, actually, it's worse. Okay, so it's worse range attack, but it's better melee attack by a lot. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so actually, that's cool. So it actually tells me what the difference is at the bottom there. Nice. I'll keep the Bronze Javelin for now since I am doing ranged attacks. Dumb and nerd, indeed I am. And caster a Black Master, cool. It's kind of funny that they played Assassin of Black, given that what do you call it? Wait, was Assassin of Black was Jack, right? That wasn't Semiramis. Oh, hello there. Who are you guys? Oh, this is a Vendrian Guard. Eyes forward, no looking back. The Vendrian Guard warrior roars with his falc's head high, his words largely lost over the din of combat. Yeah, okay. That's kind of funny, given that her whole thing. Well, oh wait, no, her whole thing is that she murders Jack, and then she also voices them. I guess spoilers for a very old show at this point. It's just telling me what a falx is. Stand aside, or the funeral will be over the side of the bluff. Seeing you squarely in his path, the soldier points his weapon your way. I applaud your bravery, but I implore you to not end this foolishness and lay down your arms. Can we talk no jutsu our way out of this? Alright. Not a chance. If I surrender, I'm as good as dead. At least we can drag some of Kairos' chosen along our short journey to the void. As he signals his men to charge, the sound of chanting rises from the south, drawing his attention. Okay. Mocking Blaze. Run down the Oathbreakers, let none escape. Yeah, I will say, I enjoyed Apocrypha, Rocket. I actually really enjoyed Apocrypha, because all I wanted to see was team fight battles of multiple servants, and Apocrypha gave me that. There were parts of it that were kind of lame, but in general, I think it's one of my favorites, honestly. I'll even say, I like it better than Zero, because Zero's just way too edgy for me, and I like some edge, but Zero just pushes it over. Zero is like too much, and I got kind of bored of it. From the red mob of reinforcements from the south, a blood chanter emerges at the head of the rabble, the ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones. Signing sigils of magic and wordlessly moving her mouth, the blood chanter scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the Vendrian Guard warriors as the chanter's magic worms its way into their minds, blinding them with rage. That seems like a bad thing to do. The character, yeah. The characters kind of suck. I mean, part of it is that they have an entire roster of at least 14 characters, and not including masters they have to get you to like, so it was never, they were never going to have you like every character, which is unfortunate. Hold position, all of you. Keep to the path. The warrior gestures along the canyon trail, but his soldiers turn their attention to Scarlet Chorus, roaring challenges. Don't engage them, we need to run. His orders falling on deaf ears, the warrior reluctantly readies his weapon. Okay. Why did you not follow me? I'm gonna back up. Companion versus join the battle versus capable warrior skilled in both melee and ranged combats. Yada yada yada. There are now 2 characters in your party, and both are selected. Any commands issued will now affect both party members. To select a single party member, click on the selection circle or press 1 and F2. Control your companion directly. Or enable their AI and have them use their abilities automatically. Once their AI is enabled, you can always select them and tell them to attack a specific enemy or an ability, and they'll follow your orders. Okay. If you right-click on the AI button, you can see all the AI settings for your party members. You can select the auto-attack behavior of each character, which determines how they attack enemies. Your companions can also choose AI packages that determine how they will use their abilities in combat. AI behavior under companions. Okay, I definitely want to do that, because I don't really feel like micromanaging a bajillion companions. You like Saber of Red, Assassin of Red, Archer of Red? I mean, pretty much all of them were. I think most of the characters are pretty cool. Some of them just had more development than others. Has several stance abilities that can provide her with different benefits in combat. Their moto abilities mean they can be toggled on or off. Only one stance can be active at a time. When a stance is deactivated, all stance abilities enter cooldown for short duration. Karna is Karna is so much fun. Karna is definitely probably one of my more favorite. Probably like second favorite, maybe? They're definitely up there. Alright, well, I'm stuck in melee. I am stuck in a melee now. Because this guy got to me, so I'm gonna have to use my melee skills. I don't know. I don't know if I can actually use this in melee. I can. Oh, sweet. All right, F2 here. Her 1 is already on cooldown. Battle Stance is currently Seeking Sheath, which gives us extra accuracy. 3 Whispers gives us extra dodge. Red Geyser removes dodge, but I get extra bonus damage. Okay. I want to keep her alive for now, so let's not have her go crazy. Gets you in because of plot armor. I mean, yeah, he does lose this fight completely due to plot armor, but it's also, I think, the most hype. Actually, it's not. I can't say it's the most hype when Chiron Versatility is there, but it's one of the most hype fights, and I love it. All right, let's just keep killing this guy. It seems he's after me. Let's use a health potion real fast because I am about to die. And actually, I'm going to use my 4 ability as well. So I'll regain some health, but at the expense of, what do you call it? At the expense of my damage output, which is fine. This guy is fine. Verse is doing okay. Airplane fight was so good. Airplane fight is so good. It's like, not even just the jumping between airplanes, but the fact that neither of them, the fact that they're both of their classes are like Archer and Rider, and they decide, screw this, we're just gonna throw hands. It's just so much fun. The entire fight is great. Is this guy just not gonna die? Holy cow. This guy is not going down. All right, Verse, you need to heal yourself.
An awful lot of red.
Yeah, I noticed that. Is this guy, he's on 58, jeez. Guy is not going down easy. I tell you what. I tell yous what is the best. Yeah, I think I like the airplane fight more, but the music is, it's just such a hype fight overall. Especially at the end when he's like, you know what? Let's just forget all this. We just need to throw down. I'm always a sucker for when stuff like that happens.
This is useless. Should try something else.
And what do you mean this is useless? Oh, Verse is almost dead. Can I ever pull back? I can. No, stay away, stay away. Use your bow and shoot this guy. I don't want to have the companion I just got die. His weakness. Yeah, because they're like related in their actual lore, which is cool. Stay away until you can use another healing potion, so help me. So help, was that? Oh, it's only once per encounter. All right.
Right.
Disengage, don't disengage. You fight this man. You right here, fight that guy. All right, you. Can I switch her to arch? How do I switch her to using her archery? Because I don't want her weapon sets. Switch to her bow right now. Switch to her bow and shoot this guy. Because she's almost dead, so if she stays in the melee, she's going to die. Job is killing heretics. I mean, I guess they're not heretics so much as rebels, but I mean, they're kind of the same thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, because Rider is his mentor, yeah. Exactly. I do find it funny when we're on skill cooldown and we just kind of stand there. I don't know. Hopefully this is just like, because it's tutorial, it looks really slow. But like, man, watching them just kind of stare at each other is a little, I don't know, it's a little, the combat feels very, very slow. Given that they're not like constantly moving. Maybe that's a bit of a nitpick, but it is what it is. All right, the bow is doing pretty decent. I like how these guys down here, this guy just isn't helping me. He's just like, all right, I guess they can fight it out up there. They'll figure it out. All right, well, Verse is almost dead. On bright side, I'm gaining experience in melee, which is one of my weaker skills because I was not supposed to be a melee person. I wanted to be a throwy person, but it didn't quite work out. All right, let's move down here. Oh, don't tell me I have to kill another guy. Crescent Runner. Oh, well, that's not good. Strange Fake Out. I think it comes out in the spring. I know it's not out for a while, the tutorial. Is this the tutorial? Is this not the tutorial? Oh, so it's like that throughout the whole game. Oh, I'll probably speed up combat a little bit. Said that Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't have it. Oh, like real-time combat? I don't know. Personally, I'm a much, much bigger fan of turn-based combat. I just prefer turn-based combat in general. It's kind of like, that's the one thing I really like the most about Pillars of Eternity 2, is that you could actually use turn-based instead of real-time. I might see if there's like a mod that can add turn-based in here, because otherwise it's not the best to play Space Marine 2. I hope you enjoy it. I've seen a lot of gameplay and it looks good. The box on the right. Oh, you want them to have what do you mean the box on the right? Was there something I missed, or do you mean you wish I was in Baldur's Gate 3? Because I am a box, and I am on the right. Is it your F? I guess 3. How do I select both? All right, I do that. Okay.
Got it.
Let's do that. Oh, okay, so we heal out of combat. Nice. That's actually really good. Healing out of combat's actually really good for me. Okay. This random guy as the commander. Oh no. Stow your weapons or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point. Skewer him, worry not for me, Graven Ash will protect. What is that? They are protected by Archon Graven Ash's mystical Aegis, and many will attest that it allows disfavored to endure truly staggering punishments. However, there are no documented cases of disfavored surviving decapitation, being sliced in half, or other wantonly fatal doses of trauma. It is highly unlikely that Ash's Aegis will save Drastus from his neck. Oh, that's not good. Why haven't I changed my profile yet? You know, that's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to see about doing that. I guess I'll have to find a good background for it. I kind of like the old profile. I don't know. I kind of like both, though. I kind of like both. The one that shows you your attack rolls and damage and stuff. Oh, yeah. You can enable that, though. I'm like 90% sure that's something you can enable in Baldur's Gate, because I feel like I've seen that before. I'm almost certain I've seen that before. Maybe I modded that in. I'm pretty sure that's there somewhere. Like, it'll show you what your roll is compared to the enemy roll. Okay. You heard the man, he plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp. Damn! Mocking Blaze is already... Let's see. This blade, with a jerk of the knife, he slices off a clump of Drastus's matted hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Lower your weapon, then charge forward and wrest the knife from him. I mean, I have Athletics 30, I might as well, right? Let's try it. Ooh. Okay. That actually worked. The Oathbreaker cracks a wide smile as you lower your weapon. That's right. Now the rest of you drop those weapons. With his attention on the other warriors, you dash forward. He reaches out with his dagger to slay Drastus, but your hand is already on his wrist. With a wrenching twist, you mangle his hand, dropping the dagger harmlessly to the ground. Comes to Game Pass, only way you'll get it. I don't know. As much as I'd like it to go to Game Pass, I don't think it will. I'll probably just wait for a sale, honestly. Some of the manga. I really need to, but I think because the manga's not done yet, right? So I think I'm going to wait till it's done and then read it, because apparently it's really, really good. What do you think of it so far? As spoiler-free as possible, Rocket. The disfavored warriors rush forward from either side of you. Tyrell barely manages a strained gasp before being hacked and impaled upon their swords and spears. Nice. That went pretty well. Pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait till it's done though. I don't know. I'm already reading so many things week to week. I can't do it again. And by so many things, I really just mean Chainsaw Man. But I don't want to have to do week to week for another really good story, you know? Kairos be praised, that Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Cairn himself. Who is Cairn? Cairn, the mountainous Archon of Stone, accompanied the disfavored on the conquest of the Tears. His temper and proclivity towards destructive solutions often branded him a liability to the otherwise orderly takeover, but his powers were not easily dismissed. During the Azura campaign, Cairn went on a rampage, declaring himself independent of Kairos and the conquest and unlawful sham. Kairos drafted an Edict of Stone to put an end to the rebellious Archon, and his petrified corpse rests in the ruins of Azura to this day. Oh, damn. Sucks to be that guy. Idea behind their design. Ooh, nice. Why isn't there a campaign where you're a Chaos Space Marine? Realistically, it's probably because the Chaos Space Marines are less marketable than the Ultramarines. Like, if you see Warhammer Marines, it's always an Ultramarine because they're the big funny blue guys. Maybe the odd one is like a DLC or something, though. Alright. Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last. From the look of it, I guess they thought if they swore on the past, maybe one might make it out. We found a few scraps of parchment on the bodies. Drastus holds out a handful of crumpled parchments for your inspection. Literacy is rare in the Northern Empire, where the disfavored are born and trained. Time spent reading and writing, and after all, is time spent not sparring and readying one's mind and body for battle. A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make sense of this. Let's examine the parchment. Let's see what's on it. And the PvP, and they have a nice voice line for their chapter. That's true, but like a full campaign with them would be kind of neat. I don't know. I think it would be cool to play as like a Chaos Space Marine and have to like take on like an Imperial garrison or something. Or I don't even know how they would do like a Tyrant campaign, but it'd be kind of cool to do a Tyrant campaign as starting from like a hive ship in orbit and then, you know, taking over a city. Who loves people who flay people alive. I don't know, maybe marketable is the wrong word, but like brand recognition, like when granted, I still feel like I don't know all that much about Warhammer, but when I knew nothing about Warhammer, if someone asked me what it was, I'd be like, yeah, that's the one with like the blue dudes, right? Because like if I ever saw Warhammer stuff, it was the Ultramarines. Also, likely because Space Marine 1 followed an Ultramarine, so it kind of makes sense they'd carry it on, in other words. Tyranids is a strategy game. I think that would actually be so fun. If I, you know what I want? You know what I really want for Warhammer? Sorry, this is completely disconnected from the current game. But you remember Battlefront 2 Galactic Conquest? I want like a Battlefront 2 Galactic Conquest style game set in the Warhammer universe. That would be so cool. And you could play as all the different factions. You could do like the different lords. You'd have the different unit. I think that would be an absolute banger of a game. And it makes me sad there isn't one. That would be unfortunate. Plays the pro tag from the first game. Yeah. Wait, I'll tell you what I want. What I really want. I'll tell you what I want. What I really want. I wanna tell you what I want. What I really want. I know that's not the last line, but I forgot what the last line is. It's more interesting than normal Space Marines. I think they both have some interesting parts. For sure. Repeating the same messages in different scripts, the parchments explain the Vendrian Guard's desire to overthrow Kairos' Archons and rout their armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Vendrian's well. Human material, they're trying to bring more traders to the fights. Well, from the look of it, we kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hope to accomplish, I think their plan died here. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready, we leave the gates to the southeast and follow the trail down slope for a few hours. You'll see the camp fires leads away. Can't miss it. Ziggity zaggity. Just a running around. If I'm serpentining, they can't hit me with their arrows, luckily. Can you kick one of the cliffs? It would be kind of fun to see if I could kick one of them off a cliff, yeah. Space Marines are cooler. I don't know. I think Tyranids and Necrons are really cool. I mean, if I had to choose my favorite faction, I think it'd probably be the Custodes, because I think they're really cool. Because they're like Space Marines, but cooler. But Tyranids are also really neat. Sig Spear. What is that? I'm afraid I don't remember who that is, Rocket. Although I did also see the video posted in memes. It was very cute. I've seen the original. I think I don't know if it was the original, but I saw the Arknights version forever ago, so it was kind of funny seeing the new one now. Or seeing a Girls Frontline variant. Alright, can I talk to these guys? I say kill them. The prisoner says his name is Tarkus Demis. Drastus looks out alongside, tapping his gauntleted finger to his temple. They don't think this is a complicated matter. He dies. His family's been a driving force in the Vendrian Guard. Killing him should demoralize whatever is left of the Tarkus clan. Or we must give the vanquished enemy a chance to serve. That is our law. Smiling with recognition at your presence, the chanter points your way. Just ask the governor here. You understand the wisdom of the Scarlet Chorus. The Overlord does not wish to rule over a ruined crater we must conquer, but if we show no mercy, we'll have conquered a mountainous stretch of nothing. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with the Mocking Blaze, honestly. We'd let you take prisoners, but you can't control them. You send these conscripts out on patrol and they never return, defecting all over again. I can't let this nonsense strategy continue. I insist this Oathbreaker be taken to the Voices of Neverot, leaving us at an impasse. Fortunately, we have a Fate Binder here to settle the matter for us. She looks like power. Oh, cool. Are they in GFL 2 or GFL 1? Because I need to recheck my stuff for GFL 1. Anyone other than the Imperium? I think Necrons are really cool. I think they're just a bunch of fun little dudes trapped in their metal machines. Their machine bodies won. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'll have to check it out then. Okay. Yeah, I already gave... I'm kind of with your asses here. I already gave him a chance to surrender. He refused. One chance to surrender is enough. Okay, have Tarkus Demus executed in the Enduring Ruins. Oh wait, could this have been a companion? Oh. Have this one tied up. He and his friends can watch others rot in the sun. I won't keep you here any longer, Fatebinder. I know you have important business in the Valley. For the glory of Kyrus. I think I might have just killed a potential companion. Whoops. Oh well. He shouldn't have rebelled then. That's not my problem. Oh, I was like, I actually had my mouse up here. I thought that it was like moving up to a cutscene. Also I want his stuff. Give me his stuff. I talk to you, Cosma. What are you up to? The merchant slams her palm down on the top of the crate. If so, you come to the right place. What will it be today? I trust you've been granted proper stewardship of the goods you're peddling. The merchant crates her head to the side, scratching her neck. I think so. I've been handed these bits of scripts, but I'm not a woman of letters. Numbers are my strength, as well as you can imagine. I'm sure it's all in order. Well, naturally, just because we fight dirty doesn't mean we trade dirty most of the time. How is trade? This is a service posting, no profit up here in the past. That's Herod Bronze's orders, but when we march out of the valley, I'm back on my own schedule, and here's to hoping this year's a good one. The Overlord forbids the extortion of the pathways. Good thing, too, because in the years past, I'd lose most of my profit to tolls. Couldn't turn a copper if I tried to haul long distance. Let's see what you've got. Thanks, I'll check it out after stream for sure. Alright, let's see what we got here. Any, like, javelins or anything? If not, then I'll probably just, like, sell stuff. I mean, I already own a bronze javelin. I have my equipped stuff. Inventory. So this gives me bronze rings and a copper ring. I'll sell the phalanx. Yeah, I'll just sell all the stuff I don't currently need. She has... Okay, so this is my inventory. This is my inventory right now. This is cool. You know what I really like about this? I can't think of many games that are like set in the Bronze Age or like early Iron Age. I really like how it's like iron is like seen as like the best here and not like gold or silver. And I just think it's neat. I can buy some healing potions. Definitely kind of want to buy some healing potions. Let's see, some sigils. What lore do I need? Only 15. I want to buy these. 30, 35. Okay, so I have enough lore for 2 of these, and I can probably get 35 lore pretty soon, I would imagine. I've already gone up by 1. Let's get healer potions, except... Alright, yeah, I'm gonna need more healing potions. I can heal myself pretty well, but verse is not so easy. Leather buckler, Fatebinder shield, 5 parry, dodge, and endurance, 2 endurance. This is... let's see. It's exactly the same. Alright, I think we trade. Yeah, let's trade. Actually, what about you? What do you have equipped? Red Rivers, like, so two-handed, and then how's your bow? 11 to 14 pierce, 2 accuracy, 1.75 recovery. Meanwhile, this is... yeah, I think it's... Yeah, this... Oh, actually, no, sorry, the spine bow is actually worse than the short bow. I'll probably get better stuff pretty soon, though. Probably get better stuff soon. Being an Eldar could be cool, especially an Orc. I feel like being an Orc, I wouldn't want to be an Orc, because I'm too lazy to constantly be fighting, truth be told. I'm too lazy to always be fighting. That's too much work for me. Alright, let's trade. Cool, so I actually have some money now, and... Oh, this was supposed to go in the... Oh wait, this is in inventory, right? Quick items. I'll give you some potions as quick items. Again, so you don't, like, die in the middle of a fight. Nice. What is this? Oh, so I can actually see, like, little interaction points around the map. Cool. And I'm gonna take his stuff, actually. I'm gonna take his things. Oh no, I looted them. How bad? Climb the rope. Sure. Let's get up here.
Curious.
Oh, there's like a thing here. I found a potion. Ooh, wait, this could be good. Potion of invisibility could be fun. Alright, let's climb down the rope. Alright, and also inventory. Let's see, party stash. I want to learn. Alright, let's learn. Okay, I don't have enough sigils for this. I can learn distant inspection. I can learn reaching grasp. Hey, wait. I don't think I'm able to do you. Wait, what is your lore skill? Verse does not have enough lore. Interesting. Oh, I wonder if learning it, she has 32 lore, so already I feel inadequate. I wonder. Yeah, lore is 32. I go to me. Oh no, I have 36 lore. Okay, so no, I've actually gotten my lore up. Nice. 100 stealth, the potion, literally, yeah. With each level, you can increase one of your character's attributes. Each of these attributes provides benefits to your characters while increases one or more skills. Increasing the attribute costs 1 point until the attribute score reaches 19. To raise an attribute from 19 to 20 requires 2 points. Okay. Oh, okay, so these are my attributes, and they also affect my other skills. I feel like accuracy would be a good one. Upgrades finesse to 11, extra accuracy. Might gives me extra Alright, it told me I should go for might and quickness. Let's just upgrade quickness for now. So that way I can get my spells faster. And a level up bonus. Oh, when I level up, I get extra defense for a little bit. Cool. Alright, let's go to here. Save. Okay. So I guess I could select one of these abilities. Let's go Piercing Throw so I can get through weapons faster. Because I then want to get Penetrating Shot. I then want to get Penetrating Shot. And then there's some other cool things. This one sounds really cool. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this is a passive or an active. I'm guessing squares are passives and circles, yes. So circles are active abilities, squares seem to be passive. Cool. Go to you. Duelist and Skirmisher. Oh, okay, so I'm unique in that I have multiple trees, but my companions only have 2. Also spells. I do not know any core sigils. Okay, so I don't know any core sigils, but I do know expressions. Nice.
You learn something every
That's
day.
actually pretty cool. I think I'm gonna really like the magic system here. Given that I have to like create the spells by finding like sigils and stuff throughout the world. I think that's a really cool concept. Alright, let's talk with Drastus here. Okay, nothing to do there. I talk with you. We sing the Anthem of Pain. Okay. Have a good night, Silver. Have a good night. Alright, continue. Let's see what you have, because the Falks... I could have sworn, like, didn't I just pick up, like, a Falks in the inventory or something, in my inventory? Could have sworn I picked it up. Maybe I didn't. Alright, well, let's go down this way, and I guess just head to the camp. Unless, I don't know, anything to talk to these guys about? My gang boss is Milk-Livered Sal. That's not good. Or at least for the gang boss, it's fine for me. They don't know how good we have it under Kyrus. Honestly, Kyrus, I mean, granted, we're still trying to figure it out, you know, what it's like here. But so far, as long as you, like, don't rebel, things seem okay-ish. I mean, not any worse than, like, what I'm guessing the rest of the world is like. You know? Kyrus should not have accepted the Vendrian surrender. Hail Kyrus. Let's see. You there, muttering through a mouthful of congealed blood, Tarkus Demis hangs from his stake. End this, I beg you. I mean, I feel kind of bad. Should we just execute him? I mean... But no one else... I don't want to give him... You make a better warning to others while you're still twitching. Let's just execute him. We are swift in our justice. You plunge your weapon into his heart, ending his life with one quick thrust. There we go. Alright, I'm guessing this goes to the next area. Make him suffer. I'm gonna be kinda nice. Alright, I'm gonna be a little nice here. Go to the disfavored camp. That's fine. Alright. So this is where we're gonna have to be real careful with, I'm guessing, our diplomacy here. Because I want both... I don't know, I'm sure I can have both of them kinda like me. But if I want the really nice, you know, if I want the Archon of Song, the person I have a tier 4 sub to like me, I'm gonna have to go for the Scarlet Rabble, or whatever they're called. The disavowed scout nods at your approach, camps up on ahead, don't mind us just clearing out the rabble. Sterling Hagnon. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another? It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. Let's see. The Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit. Lethian's Crossing. Let's see. I mean, we're gonna go for, I don't know what is lawful here. We are gonna uphold the letter to the law no matter how inconvenient it is to others. I think we should uphold the letter to the law. A trade permit? Well, how was I mean? To whom would I speak for such a thing? Not us and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to Bastard City and plead your case before Tunin. But we'll lighten your burden or relieve you of your wares first. That should make your long trek a bit more bearable. Let's see. Anything to be argued before Tunin may be argued before me. I lost favor at the fate. Oh, come on. We should kill this mongrel, and the warrior pauses, placing her hand in front of her mouth. The Fatebinder wishes to weigh in on the matter. Courtesy demands we listen. This is a disfavored matter, but I know the agents of the court do so love to throw their judgments around. You see lawful evil? Not lawful evil. Lawful evil is twisting the letter of the law to suit my needs. I'm lawful. I don't care if it benefits me. I just want to do it. I want to be incredibly lawful here. Well, you could rob me and have my supplies today. The merchant grabs a flask from his cart, or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing draughts. Certainly any army will need those. He uncorks a small ceramic vial, and the aroma of cloves and lanolin assaults your nose. These are essential goods to the war effort. We should leave the supplies intact. You have a lot of perishable goods, but no hauling crew. You're just a battlefield looter. Ooh, interesting. Curious, I was just hearing about a supply caravan of reagents going missing. What a coincidence. Your family recipe for wound paste smells like the Scarlet Fury's own concoction. Where'd you steal this? I'm gonna do lore because I want to get more lore experience. I don't. There we go. The merchant tenses up, his face flushing red. I don't know what you're getting at. Let's see. Pick him by the collar. How stupid do you think I am? It's doing what you... Yeah, exactly. Whatever, no matter the cost. Is that really lawful evil? I feel like that would be lawful good, though. Slow down. I'll tell you everything. Just don't hurt me. Okay. I found most everything out in the forest of the valley. I'm keeping my head low when I heard the sounds of combat, and then I thought I'd take a look, grab whatever wasn't claimed by the first victors. So then you stole from the disfavored dead. How else did you get your hands on that iron? The scout points to the merchant's cart. You would come here and sell us our own armaments. If anything as an owner, I will return it, but this iron would have turned to rust if left in the mud on the battlefield. The disfavored are few in number. Is that not right? You need a man like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. You may trade your wares freely, but lie again and I'll have you killed. The disfavored will tolerate your presence, but you will pay them handsomely for such a charity. Leave this card as a gift for Graven Ash, then leave and never come back. You stole from Archons and wish to sell it back. Your life ends here. Killing your wounded allies because they're going to slow you down. I feel like that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be lawful, though. Right? I don't know if that could be considered lawful. Because it's like lawful, and I would imagine put the preservation of life higher than the efficiency of like a mission. So I imagine that'd be like neutral evil, maybe? Because it's not really lawful. Or I wouldn't say it's chaotic either, because there's like a thought process behind it. But it's not... maybe. Yeah, it's definitely evil. I just don't think it'd be lawful. I would say, or I guess neutral in the sense of whether between lawful or chaotic, because it's not just like you're doing it for whims. You're doing it like there is a thought process behind it, but it's not a thought process accorded to by law, you know? Hell Knights are known for doing that? Oh, to save the rest of the allies? I would still give it neutral evil. I would call that neutral evil, personally. Let's see. I mean, this guy, I don't want to kill him. He technically the goods would have just been lost and no one would have gotten them otherwise, but I think trying to steal back the goods you stole from someone back to the people you stole it from is incredibly dumb. Let's see. I think they can tolerate him. I think they can tolerate him, but they're going to have to pay the disfavored handsomely for this. We will. It sickens me to make exceptions for this vulture, but if you'll supply the disfavored without profit, perhaps this indiscretion is for the best. It's not like our larders are overflowing. A work slave to push Suscron's provisions would be an asset. For any seating, I know my life will now depend on showing the disfavored. Due gratitude for suffering my presence. If I must grovel a bit to earn my daily grain, so be it. Neutral evil would leave the wounded, not even bother killing them. Really? I don't know. I mean, maybe... I feel like chaotic, because it's like, in my mind... Because the way I like to think about, like, D&D alignment... I know it's not just D&D alignments, but kind of alignments, is the difference between lawful and chaotic is what is the train of thought behind the decision. So, lawful would be, it's like, there is a literal law saying to do something. Neutral would be, there isn't a law saying to do something, but there is a thought process behind it, and chaotic would be literally just doing it because why not, you know? It would just be for the plot or whatever. And then I look at good and evil kind of like selflessness for selfishness, if that makes sense. Because, you know, I feel like what is evil, you know, depending on your setting, what is evil or not is very relative. So like you could have a lawful good character do really bad things if from their point of view it's a very good thing to do. So I feel like kind of going off a spectrum of like selflessness versus selfishness is kind of a good way of doing that edge of the alignment. So, you know, killing your allies so they don't slow you down, but in the process saving your other allies, I would say is definitely evil because it's a very selfish act in that you're saving yourself. But I would say it's neutral because there's no law saying there's probably not a law. It's, you know, there's a thought process behind it, but you're not, because there's like a thought process behind it, and there's probably there probably is a law saying don't kill your allies. So maybe, but there's a thought process behind it, so I don't feel like chaotic would be good, right? A lot of hell. So Hell Knights, I'm guessing, are from like Pathfinder or something. All right, end conversation. I guess that worked out. Lethian's Crossing likes me a little bit more. The soldiers don't hate me. All right, you got anything for me? Okay. So saving your hide was worth. One good deed deserves another. When I have my shop up and running, I'll sell you provisions for a song, give you a proper bounty on any odd bits of weaponry. Fine, provided you keep standing up for each of those iron goons try to rough me up. You're very lucky with us before, merchant. Take care you don't challenge your luck again. Very true verse.
Will do.
I need to ask something first. Sure, hit me with a verse. The good-evil spectrum has more to do with what you're willing to do to achieve your goals, and lawful chaotic is the way to go about achieving those goals. I could see that. I could see that as well. It's kind of, yeah. It's, part of it is that it's not a very good I feel it's not a very good spectrum for, like, determining, I guess, you know, I guess it's, like, very good if you just want to quick hand be like, okay, this is kind of how a character is going to act. But, you know, for anything more than a background character, I imagine that you're gonna just get more in depth than what a lawful to evil spectrum can get you. All right, what's that? Voices in Route told me that you've come as a mediator considering the source. Well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story, so let's have it. What's so special about you? Let's see. I'm actually tallying the expense of the siege with my lore. With a lie. I just need to get my lore skill up. I don't care if I'm lying in the process. I can understand why Tunon would worry himself over resources, but we have the riches of the Northern Empire back in this conquest. Not to mention the plunder of the tiers. If you say that's the case, I'll go along with it. What else has the voices of Narat told me? Only that I could find you in the enduring ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Matani River. Why so suspicious? It's just a feeling I got when the Archons are together. The air gets us taut as a bowstring. I can't help but think that no amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. Okay. And did the voice of Narat ask you to spy on me? Okay, yeah, so that's the Archon of Secrets there. Wow. That actually worked really well. At a loss for words, verse regards you with momentary unease. Okay. Well, are you even surprised? He's the Archon of Secrets, knowing in advance it is his business, so if snatching up an advantage over Avon Grev and Ash, those two compete like a couple of new recruits for a spot around the fire. It's nothing nefarious, the voice is just curious why you're here. If he wanted to know more, why wouldn't he wouldn't be able to suss it out that easily. He would have sent one of his scarier peons in my stead. Why do you think the Archons are at odds? I've been with the Scarlet Chorus since the early days of the Conquest, so I can say it's been building for a few years now. There's an energy about those two like a pair of storms moving to collide. I would tell that Graven Ash and the voices of Marat shared some bad blood in the Northern Empire, but I don't know any of their particulars. By my authority, the Archons will fall in line. Sounds exactly like the attitude to see this campaign in the right direction. I don't envy you the task of getting them to cooperate, which sounds like about as easy as teaching a tornado to heal. Let's meet with the Archons. Our war tent is just past the center of the camp. Cool. Okay, Verse? Authority, loyalty, 1. Let's go. One last thing, be careful around those disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head. That is kind of funny. She's like, alright, don't, ignore the disfavored ones. Step closer? No. I'm gonna explore in this direction. Alright, so that goes somewhere else. I don't care about that. Let's go over here. Lawful neutral is heavy straight. I feel like lawful neutral is just kind of like, you're just kind of moving along, sort of doing whatever the world tells you, not really making any tough decisions. The gate guards hold up a warning hand. Go no further, you approach disfavored ground and state your business. I am John, Chatty Tyrant, Fatebiter of Tunon. I bring words from Kairos and words for your commander's ears. Alright, I'll state who I am. I'll do the whole thing. Very strict. I don't know if I'd say like maybe a little bit strict, because good I feel like has a little bit of leeway if they want to do something good. Neutral is just do the law. Ah, so you're the fire starter. Oh, right. Forgot about that. Forgot I did kind of burn that place to the ground. Service and the company's returning from the burning library, telling some harrowing story about Kairos' Edict of Fire. I think myself brave, but I'm happy to have been far away from it all. Must have been a terrifying honor to be the messenger of such righteous force. Go with the floor is true neutral. Yeah. Okay, I could see that. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because lawful neutral is just kind of sticking to the letter of the law, not really deviating from it. Go on in, the soldier gestures towards the gate. The Archons are expecting you, you'll find them in the war tent center of the camp. Very cool. Alright, who are you, pal? Are you another merchant? If you have few excess rigs weighing you bound, best unburden yourself before the battle. Interesting. You take a look to see if something interests you. I don't have any of these requirements. How did you come to work with the disfavored? Hard work and good suppliers. When Tunon's men came to the village, all the merchants were given different lists of what they were and weren't permitted to trade. Kairos' wisdom, my record must have been a good one because I was given the right to trade all manner of goods, most importantly, arms. Not a lot of merchants can legally sell weapons. It was like that even before Kairos. Bayard would count as lawful evil. I guess I could see that. He's on the wrong. Well, he did kill a lot of children though. I don't know. It's a lot of children dead. Alright. I'm gonna hit farewell. And I wanna save real fast. Save the game. Okay. And then I'm gonna try stealing his stuff. Continue. He hesitates and corrects it with a welcoming smile. Of course, by all means, I have nothing to hide. Let's see. His suppliers are all perfectly ordinary. See nothing out of place or unauthorized by his mercantile license. Ooh, should we lie? Should we try and lie? He was following his master's orders, I suppose, Prepper. Welcome in, Prepper. Hope you're doing good. You're just doing a little bit of tyranny. And thank you again for the resources to get this game. I really appreciate it. I'm liking it so far. I am very much digging, like, the Bronze Age aesthetic. I feel most go for, like, at least Iron or, like, kind of medievalist, but this is, like, it feels very low-tech in a cool way. I hope you're enjoying. Doesn't make it less lawful than the kids. That is actually true. I guess the kids needed to die here. I don't want to make this guy angry right off the bat. He does seem kind of nervous, though. Let's see if he's trying to sell something he shouldn't. His eyes go, want petal grass? But this is absurd. I never touched this stuff. This is for what it is, though I admit I assume things were more orderly in the military. You won't find any contraband here. Of course, I can assure you, and I've traveled in the company of vaunted Ire Legion for enough of this conflict that my honesty can be vouched for and defended. Okay. Fair enough, you can go about your business. Your generosity knows no bounds. I just wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to shake him down, but I just need to, make sure he's trading legitimate goods, since I am a legitimate business person and the bringer of the law. Lore moment. I could have taken the lore, but I didn't want to shake down Pentabor, because I feel like that would have made the disfavor me, essentially. Alright, let's see what he's got. Nothing I really care for. Ooh, a core. This could be good. I could take this. Yeah, I don't have anything. Okay, party stash. Let's see. I can sell. What can I sell? I can sell the broken armor. I can sell broken helmets. And I can sell these bronze greaves I don't need. A bronze falx I'm not going to use. Basically just sell all the bronze stuff I found in that last fight. Okay. Trade. Copper rings. I can't... Does this arrow mean he's giving me the copper rings? It's kind of hard to tell. I think this means I'm getting... Okay, I think I got copper rings from him because I sold enough stuff. Cool. Cool. Also, I have enough lore now. I can actually learn these. Okay. Learn. I learned a core. Yeah, I discovered a new sigil from learning how to perfectly scribe sigils and empower them with energy. Also, lightning core. Learn. Lesser boundaries. Let's learn that. Okay. Let's go to the spell menu. So core spells, I have Sigil of Frost or Sigil of Lightning. I kind of like Lightning. And then expressions, I can throw on plus 15 lore. Affect single targets near the caster. Affect distant targets. Interesting. Charged Fist. Oh, so I can make so this is how I make spells, by creating the expressions. Oh, or I could do this, and then make an oh, that is so cool. I can also add accents here. For instance, I can make this an AoE with this. Okay, how do I... Duration sigil. How do I add these on? Because if I could add these on, that'd be cool. Like this. Or I could do frost. You need to select an expression sigil before proceeding. I see. All right, an expression sigil, focused intent, or let's do distant targets. Rhyme spike. Pretty good frost damage, pretty good range, has an area of effect. Okay, so I can't tell if the sigil is on or not. I'm assuming that the accent is on right now, right? 30 lore required. I think it's on. Okay. I can assign that to me. Cool. And then let's unassign that. So if I do like this, I'm guessing... So I'm guessing this means that the duration is on, but for instance, since this is a single target, I can't have AoE, but since this is a multi-target, I can have AoE. So if I do like that, I get Electric Jolt, which has an area of effects. Alright, I'll assign these two to me. I can look up how to do this a little bit more later. Okay, 2 types of sigils. Core sigil determines the type of magic. Expression determines how that core shapes itself into the world, such as a ball of fire or frost enchanting a weapon. Okay. Begin crafting. Select the core sigil for the type of magic. Follow the expression sigil to choose what form the spell takes. I guess it'll probably tell me right here. That's good. If you want to create a fireball spell, you'd select the sigil of flame as the core, followed by the sigil of directed force to determine its shape. They have default names. Based on the selected core and expression. You can rename your spells using the spell interface. Each sigil requires a certain amount of lore skill to learn and control. So characters must have a lore skill at least equal to the spell's total difficulty in order to cast the spell. Once you've created a spell, you can use the assign button to add that spell to one of your active party members. You can assign a spell to more than one character. You can customize your spells by selecting different icons. If you create multiple spells, you can use the name, core, and expression, but with different accents. These icons can help you differentiate your spells. Each spell has a default name, but you could customize that. Okay. Some accent sigils allow you to modify the area of effective range of your spells. When you use these sigils, the casting UI will display the increased range as a second, more transparent area beyond the base area. Cool. Nice. Okay. Anyone to talk to? What do you got going on, pal? Oh, that's not good. I don't like the sound of that. Glory to the voices of Narat, projecting salutations for all to hear. The grinning blood chancer wraps his staff against the ground as you approach. Hismire quickly retreats, giving way to Sour Scowl. I'm Bitter Quip, and I'm here as an emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. What is it like working with the Disfavored? He scoffs, looking away from me, from me for a moment before sniffing and returning his attention to you. According to the Iron Hag, is an insult. She fought 1 duel for a title. 1. Her leadership must be continuously proven, earned, and defended. Weakness should bleed to the bottom of the army and not rise to the top. My assignment here is an insult, but one I will bear for the good of the chorus. If only to see with my own eyes the failure of the Disfavored, that will be a fine day. Tell me about the Scarlet Chorus. The chorus isn't the future of the tears. I feel only derision and pity for those who fear our inevitable ascension. What in particular would you like to know? Tell me about the voices of Narat. He is the supreme commander and public servant. He who sets us free but directs all. The voices of Narat is the epitome of what each of us can be, a magician without equal and the leader of uncountable numbers. How did you come to join the Scarlet Chorus? I took the Doctrine of Strength speaks to me and I answered its call, as did many of my arcane peers. I took to the chorus almost instantly. Unlike most, I cried not for the life of comfort lost to me. My magic evokes fear and terror, and I easily established my dominance over a pack in my early days in the chorus. What is your role in the chorus? I am a blood chanter. My magic concerns the will of man and the tide of battle. I have held command for 3 years now, though being forced to keep an eye on the Disfavored is not the reward I had envisioned for my service thus far. You like the voices of Narat? He blinks and scowls, saying nothing. That's all for now. Okay. Just got some lore. I am going to talk to literally every single person in this camp. I hope you guys don't mind. I will do nothing but chat. I guess it is in the name, though, after all. Can't make out the ironclad soldier's expression or the twisted helmet. He merely stares at you. Okay. What is this? I guess for prisoners? That's fine. Yeah, I figured. That's kind of how I like to play RPGs, which is why I don't know if I'm gonna how many times I'll stream this or do RPGs in general, but I do like to do them occasionally as a part of these games. That's what I figured, right? Is like you kind of have to do it given all the text going on. I guess I could silently just read the text and click next, but that wouldn't be great. I imagine that wouldn't be great to watch. Isotanus curses the air as his blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, but don't get me wrong, it can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike the stubborn iron we have. He glances at the pile of his work with dread. We always have plenty of tin and copper laying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the region head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call the disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smiths in Lethian's Crossing. I don't know how, because I literally got bribed by the Scarlet Chorus to not give you guys iron. Yeah, you mentioned an iron shortage. I think that's my problem. Little investigative work to do, lots of interviews to make sure you're making the right decision. Yeah, I figured. I don't want to, like, already, like, having a bunch of decisions to make. This is I'm a little nervous to see how this world is going to play out, considering I'm the one in charge of it, but I'm going to try my best to, what do you call it, become a tyrant? I'm just saying, it's called tyranny, so I should be the one in charge, right? Forget about Kyrus. I'm the one who's going to be the leader here. Probably. Alright, you mentioned an iron shortage. I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down the Matani went missing near Echo Call Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seeing more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tuna's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Graven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass information to the Vendrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rushing on a riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in the enemy hands. If I find myself an Echo Call, I can keep an eye out. I mean, this is just getting a quest right here. Why would I not accept? As does the Grand General, more than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'd be grateful for your help. It would be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. I'm here to help, even if that means cleaning up the Archon's mess. They're not gonna like it, but I want to be a little petty here. Yeah, I figured that would gain me. I figured that'd get me some wrath, but I wanted to be a little bit. I wanted to be a little bit petty for that one. No need to salt the wound, Fatebinder. None of us is mistaken in thinking that the siege has gone exactly as planned. He glances at the crate beside him and points to a small set of notches on the wood. You see that? That's how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous so people don't go snooping around. You want to keep your eye out for these. Good hunting. I'd like to see your wares. What do you got? I'm thinking for this guy, I can probably get, like, slightly better gear. Stone shield armor. Like, it's made out of stone? I hope not. I hope not. Alright. What else you got? Alright, admittedly, I don't have a lot of money. An Oathbound dagger. It's a very nice dagger. Ranged attack. Can this be used at range? I don't think it can. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's saying the Bronze Javelin is better in literally every way. Stone shield, tower shield. Wow. Hold on, that is... wait. Okay. So, the plus 20... I'm trying to figure out which is better here. So it says plus 20 to parry. So okay, so this is saying compared to the Fatebinder shield, the Stone Tower shield has plus 20 parry, plus 1 dodge, and plus 18 endurance, I believe. That's what this is saying. Oh, so if I go to the Oathbound dagger, then that's saying that compared to the Javelin, the dagger has way more accuracy and DPS and everything, but it doesn't have a ranged attack like the Javelin does. Okay, I'm starting to understand. So this means compared to the Scarlet Fury helm, the Oathbound helm has extra armor and pierce, but less recovery, accuracy, and deflection. Okay. For now, what about Verse? What about Verse here? If I want to get her some better gear so she doesn't... What about, like, getting her a dagger? Let's switch to weapon set 1. The Red Rivers. Okay. So, in other words, this dagger a lot more accurate and has better penetration, but slightly less DPS. That's not terrible. I think armor penetration is good, but it's kind of expensive, and I don't really know if I'm going to keep Verse around yet. Since I kind of just ran into her and she became a companion. So instead, I think I'll just get myself a nice shield here. Get myself a nice shield. Sell that. Trade. Put this on. And now I have a big old shield. So hopefully if I get stuck in the melee again, I won't instantly die. Okay. That works for me. Can I talk to this guy? No use in wasting cell space on traders. Yeah, they did already have a chance to surrender. I don't know why we're giving them another one.
You see that?
Okay, Archons await you inside. That's not my problem. Again, we're talking to people here. I wanna get a feel for what's going on in this camp. I am Lucia. This is Marcus. The disfavored soldier points to the armored man next to her. He must be the Fatebinder. From under helmet, you hear an audible scoff. We've been assigned to babies. Assigned to your hospitality, Marcus quickly interjects. While you remain on disfavored ground, if you need a place to rest, we can make the necessary preparations. Okay. Let's see. Tell me about yourself, Marcus. Not sure there's much to tell you. I trained at Fort Resolution. This is my first campaign, and I'm proud to be with the Legion. I was wounded at the Gates of Judgment, but Graven Ash's protection mended me good. I owe my life to him. Are you bragging that you let your guard down and took a spear to the gut? You really shouldn't boast about a filthy tearsman besting you in battle. Lucia rolls her eyes. Alright, I like Lucia. She's got a little bit of sass for her. Okay. You're just bitter that Lord Ash never seems to notice you. Oh, she wants to be noticed. I see. I would take that spear again if it brought honor to the disfavored. Kyrus knows we could use it. We are the elite fighters of the Northern Army, but somehow we still lack the Overlord's confidence. Lucia, tell me about yourself. I do this. She unenthusiastically lifts up her heavy shield, and I do this. She mockingly stabs the air with her spear. Playing the host is not... Oh, I like Lucia. I don't think she can be a companion because she doesn't have like a custom portrait, but she's like, I like her. She's funny. Ignore my sarcasm. I've seen the Legion through my share of the campaign. After so much bloodshed, our pretenses of honor can wear me down. The North is my home, and I consider each and every one of the ironclad bastards in this camp to be family. You won't find another army where each member of the phalanx is as beloved and cherished as the next. Okay. You seem handy with a weapon, Lucia. Insufficient reputation. I know a thing or two about splitting foes who are stupid enough to challenge me. What of it? Easy, Lucia. We don't punish curiosity around here. No need to fly off the handle on the basis of a simple reflection. They train us well, Fatebinder. The Archon makes sure that our potential is realized before we reach battle, so most of us keep a cool head when we see any action. Most of us, I said. Okay. Let's see. What's it like serving with the disfavored? In spite of our name, the Legion commands more honor than any military on the face of Tyratus. Unlike the Chorus, there's tradition, discipline, and teamwork, and a unity of purpose. Marcus looks out across the camp. There aren't many of us, but it's better that way. We're a tightly knit family bound together by trust and glory. Accurate enough, Lucia shrugs. After seeing the disunity and bickering of the younger realm defenders, I feel lucky to be in the most agreeable legion of Kyrus' host, even if we're not always the most efficient. Here's the thing. This feels like a question that's going to make them dislike me, but I'm just genuinely curious. Okay. Afraid that isn't for me to say. Others around camp might be able to tell you more, but I don't freely discuss the Great General's history to outsiders. But you'll say that it involves the Great General, which is already a telling clue, idiots. At least the Iron Marshal isn't within earshot. I'd be washing my mouth out with wormwood. However skilled fared in battle against the Oathbreakers, Marcus. It's all a ruse to tune in Cindy to test the army's training and grit, because I won't stand for it. No, I'm just genuinely curious. This is unfortunate. I need to have good reputation with these guys to like kind of go down like these dialogue trees, but I just am genuinely curious and want to go down every dialogue tree. All right, I'm gonna have to build up some rep first. Let's go over here. I want to explore the camp a bit more before I go talk to the Archons, because they're probably gonna be all pissy with me. Just making the rounds. Keep an eye on the Scarlet Chorus. So there is definitely a lot of tension between the Scarlet Chorus and the disfavored. I think I can manage that though. Let's check out the tent. Kind of interesting that I only have one companion so far. I feel like ooh, what's this? What's this over here? Auto looted. Can I just take it? Okay, so that wasn't like stealing, I just found a crate full of stuff. You aren't cool or hot yet, you need to... Yeah, pretty much. I need to start mewing if I want to get them to respect me. What can I say? Okay. Let's talk to these guys. See what they're up to.
There's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tyrant can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large, imposing man to begin with, his profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Why is this, You hear the voices in your head. Hello there, Fatebinder. We'll be with you in just a moment. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow is most noticeable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally. Oh, is this guy missing a head? I mean, I guess he got really ahead of the competition. Alright, come on, that was...
Hey,
anyways, I guess I'll move on.
When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Alright, I mean, I'm here to proclaim an edict. There we go. Okay, they liked that. They liked that. The fifth eye. Why didn't you speak up sooner? My Lord Archons, the governor of Lethian's Crossing has finally arrived. I beg you to cease arguing for a moment. Oh, that's... okay, so that's favor with them specifically, not their respective groups. Okay. Gotta head out. All good. Thanks for stopping by, Rocket. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good night. Okay. I beg you to cease this arguing. Alright, I mean, I am technically, like... I don't know if I think I'm, like, equal in rank to these guys. Or, I think bowing is the right move here. Traveled long to be here.
Fire starter has arrived.
Alright.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, they don't...
Our agents tell us
oh,
such lovely
no.
stories of what you did at the Vellum Citadel. Have you come bearing another fragment of
That's a
Kairos'
JK?
wrath
Oh,
and
good.
terror?
Oh, I see. That's because of the joke I made. Oh, my jokes are very good, thank you very much. I think my joke was fine. Alright, let's see what they want us to do.
You helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
On the last of his words, the Archon of War glares at the voices in Marat, furrowing his brow as he utters the word camaraderie. Alright, I mean, he seems to like us so far. Let's see. I require no thanks for doing my sworn duty. Alright, let's try and butter them up. Let's try and butter them up.
But know that cooperation and goodwill...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You do your Lord Tunon a great honor by aiding your cousins in the disfavor.
Okay, he's trying to put that in that little, like, yeah, we're table-worthy. Oh no, not table-worthy. I like his little, he slipped that in how we're cousins in the disfavor, trying to kind of get that familiar relationship so that he likes, you know, so that we like each other more. Very, very nice. Alright, we're already up to favor 1. Nice.
Oh, don't mind us while you trade your gushing praise. We're sure the Fatebinder has come because our company lacks in small talk.
Alright, how do you feel? Also favor 1. Alright, so both of the commanders like me, even if their respective groups don't have the highest opinion. I'm bearing Edict of Kairos.
Seen only yesterday you
okay.
were worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the
nice.
siege of the bastard city.
Okay, cool. So we actually have, like, pre-existing favor with these guys because of the things we did for them. Cool.
What sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
Alright, so he already up to favor 2. Must hold Ascension Hall, the traditional throne room in the Queens of Apex. The throne stands directly beneath the mountain spire in the center of the citadel in the Valley of Endrian's Well. By the Day of Swords, the 26th day of every month or span is Kairos' day. It is a day of holiday and rest for all within the Overlord's empire. Each Kairos' day is the last day of its span and is referred to by the span's name Kairos' Day of Swords, therefore is the 26th day of the span of swords. Okay. He sounds like the one guy from Farmland Saga. I guess he kinda, what do you call it? The Berserker guy? I can kinda hear it. It seems you need some encouragement to work together. Kairos' edict will end the lives of everyone in this valley unless Ascension Hall is claimed by Kairos' Day of Swords. In honor of your incompetence and disarray, the edict will execute every living thing in this valley unless Ascension Hall is taken by Kairos' Day of Swords. Let's not threaten them with this. Kairos sounds like a bird. I guess because it's similar to Kairos, because it sounds a lot like Kairos Fate Weaver, but that's spelled Kairos if I remember correctly. Well, this is a Kairos with a Y. It's Kairos with a Y. Alright. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It's every syllable drafted by the hands of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens and the muscles in your legs warm from a long trip down the mountains feel renewed, the tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be happy about... Oh, so I basically just put that into being, essentially.
The Overlord means to compel us into action.
Interesting.
No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive.
Interesting.
We'll need to advance across the Mittani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. A low rumble escapes from under his beard. Valley of Hell. We are literally just getting trapped in this valley, and it is conquer or die. I mean, that is a fairly effective proclamation. Conquer or everyone dies. Although I feel like this is kind of like a WMD type of threat, you know? Like, couldn't we go up to... I feel like this is very much, you just walk up to the people, you know, the rebels and be like, hey, if you don't capitulate, everyone in this valley is going to die. And it's not like we can't do that. Like, we already showed what we could do at the library. I feel like that should be enough to force them into action. But maybe they would rather kill everyone here as long as it meant some of us died as well. Actually, they literally said, literally one of the guys that was trying to surrender said that, so maybe that's actually fair. So maybe we don't let them know that we're on the clock, because otherwise... Actually, yeah, no, it'd probably be a bad... You drop the mountain on us all, yeah. That'd actually be a bad thing to let them know now that I think about it, because they might just try to run out the clock in the attempts that... And try to, like, call our bluff and kill us all. Okay. Let's see.
So, you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Archon of Secrets passes the scepter from one hand to the next, chuckling softly with each toss. You hear the voices in your head. Watch them squirm. So many tears over replaceable, expendable, useless soldiers. I miss the old Archon of War. You'd never see blood echo in a blubbering mess over a few dead killers. He'd use the knuckle bones of his best disciples for jewelry. He'd even made a breastplate out of his dead brothers. Out of his dead brother's ribcage, because that's how a real man deals with grief. Flee. Unfortunately, we cannot. I'm not gonna use subterfuge here. That's just gonna annoy this guy. Let's see. We must learn to work together or we're all doomed.
Is right. We're
Okay.
not as leaders, but as children. I've no time for your foolish japes and petty taunts. We should focus on the objective at hand.
That's fine.
And that is taking the Mittani River, and then advancing to Ascension Hall and ending this edict.
Okay, so then enough talking, there's work to be done. Our lives hang in the balance because you two bicker like children. Now go, solve this problem you started. No more sitting idle. I expect the disfavored to be on the march at once. Voices in our eye, I trust you're done acting the clown, and will have your horde ready to march with all haste. So this is basically, I can send one of their groups probably forward to die. I don't know enough about them yet to make any one side. For now, let's say that there's just work to be done. That could work well. Yeah, we are just like, don't worry guys, we're gonna be fine. Well, just internally screaming. Oh wait, this guy looks cool though. This guy looks really cool. My lord, Barik and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plans. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her gauntlet to her breastplate. Barik, is the commander of the Stone Shields and well regarded by the disfavored high commands. Oh, that's the guy I saw earlier. That was the guy in the full set of armor. Cool. I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley. Okay, nice. Fifth Eye, I'm guessing that's the chorus commander.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's Chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I mean, I could kind of do my own. I don't need to...
I won't let you down, boss. Oh. He'll get through the campaign and win peace, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
Can I get one of the disfavored, though? I think that'd be fun. Alright, you hear the voices in your head. Suit yourself, Fatebinder, the more you ignore us. What do you mean ignore? I didn't ignore you, did I? I don't think I did. I mean, he doesn't hate me. We have not yet incurred his wrath, so we're fine.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narat is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunan favor him in the end.
So is this just kind of a power struggle, I guess, between Raven Ash and the voices of Narat? Because that kind of seems like what this is. It really seems like Kairos just threw both of them in here to kind of be like, all right, figure out which one of you is stronger, and then whoever loses, I'll just dispose of. Because that kind of is the impression I'm getting right now. We'll see. We'll see.
Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us.
I don't know. I don't know if they'd work directly against you, but I could see them I could see them kind of like swooping in and stealing glory type of thing. I don't think they would actively go out of their way to like harm the mission though, because again, everyone will die here. Unless, I don't know. The secret guy, he seems pretty tricksy. I bet he has, and he seems very magically inclined. I bet he has like a way to like survive the edicts, actually. I bet he has a way to survive it, if I had to take a guess. So maybe he would be willing to betray us for personal gain because he's not under as much stress from the edict. Yeah, for real. One of them is not, they're not going to be a tier 70 sub. Can't believe it. Look, I just want to meet the Archon of Song. I've heard so many great things about her. I'm kind of a fan. I might be a tier 3 sub to the Archon of Song, but what can I say? I really support her only chorus.
You've shown your worth.
All right.
And your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time to help us wrap up this last objective.
Sure.
If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
Okay, so I'm guessing taking the Citadel is not the end of the main story. I'm guessing taking the Valley by the 26th Sword Day of Kairos is probably like Act 1, and then I'm guessing, I don't know how many acts there are, but I'm guessing that'd be like the end of Act 1. Act 2 would probably be something like, I don't know, if something happens afterwards in the cleanup or whatever. I'd be very surprised, because I know I'm on a time limit. Okay. Iron Marshal Uranus. I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren to be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. How will the Scarlet Chorus be helping?
I ask myself that question.
Okay.
While we take the river crossing, the Scarlet Chorus should be using their sizable presence to remove the Oathbreaker patrols lurking in the Outer Valley.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good thing to do. The Oathbreakers have maintained a sizable force outside the Citadel. We need the Chorus's manpower to scour the region, otherwise the Oathbreakers will attack at our heels once we cross the Mittani. Want to know how many acts? Nah, I'll hold off for now. Thanks for asking first though, Rocket, I appreciate it. I would be honored to help. Alright, they like that. I'm trying to get a little bit more favor with these guys, because I have a little bit of their wrath, because I was being a little petty to them earlier. The Iron Marshal salutes Graven Ash and then turns to leave the tent. I'll be at the training grounds readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. She pauses in clearing her throat, and though I'm loath to mention it, the chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp due east. Seek him out if you must. Alright. So... Oh, talk with companions. Alright, nice. We completed the edict. Once a companion joins a party, you can talk to them at any time by selecting the conversation icon on their portraits. Cool. That's actually really nice. And I can build a rep with them depending on their choices I make. Okay. Speak with Iron Marshal Uranus.
Sorry, I can't.
I can't leave? Oh, I clicked the wrong place there. Okay, so let's see about... Alright, let's talk to Verse here. How did you do that? Do what? Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? Well, I've done it before. You cast the Edict of Fire on Velum Citadel. I heard about it, how Kyros's anger raised a volcano from under the sage's own fortress. That was some impressive work. That was me, alright. Well, call me impressed, considering that you've read the word of Kairos more than once. I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell of it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable, it's just worth recognizing what you've get done. Not only are you Tunan's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. It gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places, and I want to see where they lead. Does that count as a war crime? No, actually it does not count as a war crime, because I gave them the opportunity to retreat. I gave them the opportunity to retreat, so any that stayed had plenty of advance warning that an attack was impending, and therefore are considered combatants. I mean, sure, I guess if they had, like, any sick or elderly or children that couldn't leave on their own, then... but I'm sure they were all enemy combatants. Pretty sure. I have some questions about you as well, Verse.
What do you need?
Alright. Tell me about
If you
yourself.
insist. I'm a Scarlet Fury. That should raise some flags for you. It means that I'm good at killing, and more importantly, that I enjoy it.
Okay.
What I won't enjoy are the pleasures of funerary rites packed with weeping mourners. Someday I'll fall in battle, and then they'll roll me into a mass grave or heap me atop a shit-stained wagon. One more anonymous, knife-riddled piece of meat.
Well, now I feel kind of bad. Okay, don't Tanya the Evil. I mean, not really, because with Tanya, she, like, purposely, like, deceived them to be like, oh, it's a child making the proclamation, and we're not actually going to be attacked by anything significant, and then they got, you know, exploderated. I went up to them and said, hey, you know, my overlord, the greatest mage of all time, has been ruling for about 429 years at this point. The ability to literally shape the world around him. He's going to drop a volcano. Sorry, not drop a volcano. Rise a volcano up on you. So you better leave if you think otherwise. So really, I was probably kinder than I even needed to be. I could have just done it and they all could have perished. But Verse, don't worry. I'll keep you alive. Or try to keep you alive.
Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and have a little fun along the way.
Okay. Let's see. I want to know, I always like knowing about my companions. Also, this will kind of let me know her thought process so I can know what choices to make so that she doesn't hate me. Alright. What was your life before the chorus? Life? What? Life? As far as I'm concerned, I didn't exist before the chorus. There was some girl on a farm wearing my face and talking with my voice, but she wasn't me. Sometimes she'd sneak out at night, take a scythe, and have some fun with the livestock. Our shared interests began and ended there. Oh. No, so she's just a psychopath. I thought she was just put on a little bit of like a, kind of like a tough guy attitude. Like, yeah, I'm good at killing and I enjoy it. But no, she just would like kill animals. That's like actual psychopath behavior. Okay, now I'm a little scared of Verse. When the Scarlet Chorus swept through the village on the long trek from the Bastard City, that was when I finally woke up. I buried my old life, took red vengeance on anyone who'd wronged me, and found the freedom I could only dream was out there. One of your parents. My mother ran a successful farm, and I worked at it for a number of years before I found the chorus. She was a hard, bitter woman, acted like the world owed her something. She never talked about my father, though I figured out a thing or two about him later on. He was a merchant from the Northern Empire, took a liking to her, and he stayed around only long enough to get what he wanted. What a jerk. You want your tiefling chink back? At least she looks scary. I mean, Karlach, you know, She's like Karlach if Karlach was just like incredibly mean and enjoyed killing. So in other words, not like Karlach at all. Not like Karlach at all. But she's cool. She's cool at the very least. I think she's cool so far. Never mind him. My mother never had what you would call taste, so he couldn't have been terribly influential to me if he did stick around. How did you get conscripted? How did I think you have the wrong idea about me. The course didn't take me as a sobbing maid. I strode into the camp and enlisted. Someone tossed me a dented blade. I lived through initiation, spent a week butchering my neighbors, and moved on with my new kin. Garlic bread or heat lasagna and garlic bread? Definitely heat lasagna and garlic bread. I know it's more work that way, Ladle, but it's so much better about it. Both is good. Check the schedule. He missed 3 hours. It's all good, Osor. I appreciate you hanging out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that you missed the schedule. This week has been a bit of an odd week. I know. I do apologize because I canceled and moved a lot of streams around because of work stuff. Next week I will be much more consistent with the schedule. But welcome in. I hope you're doing good. And is that all I am to you, Alsora? Just a bunch of points. Just 3 hours worth of points for you to spend on things. I see how it is. I'm okay. But yeah, Verse is very scary and very cool. I quite like her so far. I didn't waste time with goodbyes. My brother had long since died and the rest of my family were louses. The girl I used to be, even she knew that she was worth more than all of them combined. Both? Idiot. You're asking the American if you should choose the more obese route. That's really, you really knew the answer before you asked it, Ladle. No, I know, Alsora, I know. I'm joking. I'm joking around. So, Tyranny is essentially it's an isometric RPG. So if you've ever played, it's made by Obsidian, so the people who made New Vegas. However, if you played Pillars of Eternity, it's more like that, because that's also made by Obsidian, and that's an isometric RPG. CRPG? What's the difference between a CRPG and just an RPG, out of curiosity? You lost your streak? Oh no, I'm sorry, Ladle, I'm sorry. Because CRPG... I mean, I know I've used the word CRPG before. I don't exactly know what it means. I just know it's an RPG with characters, I guess. I kind of thought the C meant for character, but don't all RPGs have characters? So that's probably not the right answer there. But I hope you enjoy. Hope you guys will enjoy. As a C at the start, it does. You're the only one not in a faction in your current run. Interesting. Are you at war with anyone, or are you just kind of like pulling a Switzerland and you're not at, everyone around you's at war, but you're just sitting there? You are at war? Ooh, that is gonna be rough. It is, well, what country are you playing, out of curiosity? That could help. Computer role-playing game. Is that actually what it sounds for? I guess that makes sense, because you can do role-playing games off the computer. Okay, if you could do things over and end up somewhere other than Kyros's army, I want to know this answer, because I think this will tell me a lot about her. That's as naive a question as I've ever heard. Kyros is everywhere. If you aren't in the Overlord's army, you're being trampled by it. Of course, I could have labored on the family farm into my maturing years, married some dolt, and latered him a nursery of squealing piglets. Having my body torn to pieces by smaller versions of me sounds like fun. Then one day, I just decided enough was enough. I'd slit my husband's throat over breakfast and run off to join the chorus anyways. My way saved a lot of time. Verse smooths back the feathers in her hair and shakes her head with a smile. You're a killer, better to stick with the chorus. You might be Tahiti. I didn't even know you could play Tahiti. Is that a modded thing? Does that make... Yeah, I was gonna say, does that make 90% of your game ARPG? What is an AR? What would be an ARPG then? I know an ARG is an augmented reality game, which is where it's kind of like a mix between like using like a computer and also doing stuff in the real world. Well, good luck as Tahiti. I don't know what Tahiti's military strength is like, but I'm guessing you're gonna need some luck. Yeah, I imagine most games are probably I imagine most games you've played are probably CRPGs, because I think most people play RPGs on computers now. Although there's a few other, I mean, there's tabletop games. Like, Dungeons & Dragons, I guess, would be just a regular RPG. I guess, like, Battletech and Warhammer, those wouldn't be RPGs, though. Those would be, because those are just war games, so those don't count as RPGs, I guess. And then loaded to an hour and save to get it. Nice. Well, I hope you do good. I don't know if you'd probably want a big navy so you could actually get off the island, right? War games? Yeah, that's what I'm figured. Like, I'm sure you could run an RPG in, like, the Battletech. Well, if you want to run an RPG in the Battletech universe, I feel like you'd probably just be better off playing... Well, I don't want to say you'd be better off playing Lancer. Because I do really like Lancer, though. But, like, I'm sure you could run an RPG in those universes. You'd probably just have to either make your own rules or taking an existing rule set and modify it. Holy cow, that is a lot of destroyers at 51. Oh, okay. So are you playing with an extended start date or end date? Because doesn't the game end in 55 normally? Alright, better to stick with the chorus. Yeah, I gained loyalty with that. I'm not going to try and make her something she's not. I mean, she's cool, but I don't think she's the type to settle down. At least you understand, the chorus praises and rewards thing inside me that I would suppress in a civilized company. Life is too short to repress every desire, right? Especially if I have something to say about it. What is the significance of your feathers? We're getting awfully chummy, so I guess you deserve a story. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So actually, because we just got the loyalty too, she'll tell me about it. It stops scoring and research. Oh, okay. So it stops scoring, but you can still play. Nice. Yeah, just wait till the World War ends, and that's when Tahiti rises from the shadow. Somehow Tahiti returned and is now conquering the world. So, Yavord to Yern? What is Yavord to Yerm? I'm sorry, I don't know what that is, Alsora. My brother kept a messenger bird, Witterbeak. He was an angry old bastard, spoiled from living the high life, squawked in my window every single night. Pecked my fingers while I fed him, only the fastest, juiciest mice. Average bird behavior. Again, we hate birds here. I'm sorry, birds are the worst, can't stand them. Only because they hate me first, but it's, you know, it's a two-way street, and I'm fine with that. So, already verse, just already shot up in my likability reader for her. So the tech goes up too then. Oh, okay, nice. When I left the farm to join the Scarlet Chorus, I wrung that ungrateful little fucker like a dish rag, plucked his feathers, and gave his carcass to the mice. It felt like justice. She slides a crimson feather from her hair and spins it in her fingers. Also, like how the feathers catch the breeze, help me keep my balance, especially when I'm moving fast. She slips the feather among the others and smooths it back. The bird just like you for real, for real? What, a massive hater? Are you a massive hater, Philly? Is that what you're telling me? Birds are the worst. I'm sorry, I can't stand them. One key to the right, making everything a mess. Oh no. I need to just download a mod for Hearts of Iron that lets me set my own keybinds, because the fact that a game made in like 2000... I don't know, was it like 2014 doesn't let me set my own keybinds is insanity to me. I hate that. I hate that about it. I'm sorry. Alright, enough questions about your past. That suits me just fine. I'm not much for comparing family histories if I can avoid it. What was your time like in the Scarlet Chorus?
The Chorus is mostly for madmen and peasants with rusty daggers, but it's also a little niche of freedom that I never had. Once I survived training and met my Scarlet Fury sisters, I saw a different side of the Howling Mob.
Okay. You only eat the juiciest of mice? Interesting. So you get them off like Amazon. You're not going to the pet store and scrounging for whatever they have laying around for the... whatever they have laying around for the pythons. You're going online and ordering gourmet mice. I see, Philly, I see. Well, I hope they taste good. You know, I'll say it. I think I would eat mice meat or rat meat. I couldn't like hunt a mice or a rat because I think they're really cute. Especially like pet ones. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of like a pet rat or a pet mouse, but they do look really cute. So I don't think I could like hunt one, but if, you know, I was at a restaurant and they're like, by the way, here's like a rat meat hamburger, I'd be like, I think I would try it. I guess assuming it's been like dewormed and all that, you know. You're eating like ratatouille. Every time you eat a mouse, you just get slightly better at cooking French cuisine. If you eat enough, maybe you'll be able to make a baguette one of these days. Alright, tell me about your training.
For new recruits shoved to the front lines, training means surviving the first battle. Anything beyond that is for the fighters who show potential, whether as blade dancers or arcane madmen.
A giant pet spider? Yeah, I'm sorry, that's, it's like, I know spiders are generally pretty chill. I know spiders are chill. I know you don't need to, like, be upset with them and just kind of let them do their thing. unless there's like an infestation of them, but I just, they creep me out. They really creep me out, especially like big old wolf spiders. Like those dudes are like the most relaxing. They, you know, they just sit there. They don't attack you or anything, but they're so damn big and they're so damn scary. I'm sorry. Like if I woke up and just saw a wolf spider on the wall, I might have to burn the house down, which is really unfortunate given the current state of the housing market. But like, it's just, I can't with spiders. You can cook the hot dog portion of the pogo and not burn the breading. You know, you might be able to one day, but you're gonna have to eat a lot of rats to get there. That's like at least, you know, level 80 RuneScape cooking right there. The tiny little jumping spiders, they're smart and not aggressive. I guess if they're like the really small ones, they're fine because I don't really feel threatened by them. But if it's like palm size or bigger, then that's when I start to get really, really concerned, you know? In the fur, he's gonna, yeah, I really am gonna, no, it's not you don't understand. That is not the last resort. The last resort is somehow getting a nuclear bomb on this house to really make sure that spider is just de-atomized. I'm still working out the logistics of that one, but give me enough time. Give me enough time and I'll make sure that spider never existed. Nothing big or dangerous, which is nice. I guess that makes sense. It's probably too cold for them, right? I would think so. Although, I guess they have spiders, like, farther up north in, like, northern US and Canada, so maybe it's not too cold for them? The house will probably... If the house somehow survives, then I've got another problem, because I don't know what kind of house can survive being de-atomized by a nuclear bomb, but it concerns me. I might have to just hand that over to the government and be like, alright, use this to, like, I don't know, test things or whatever. I'm out of here. There's probably some paranormal stuff going on at that point. All right.
There's nothing in the world like getting put through the paces as a Scarlet Fury. Every day is a test of your commitment and passion. Failure means death. The first few weeks were the hardest, but also the most rewarding. I earned my name, picked up some quality weapons, and met my sisters. Yeah,
we're definitely going to be doing Frostpunk 2 next week, Rocket, because I absolutely adore the first Frostpunk. And if it's on Game Pass, then yeah, why not? I'm very excited. I think that'll be cool. I actually saw Black Ops 6 is on Game Pass. I'm not like a very big like Call of Duty fan, right? But I mean, if it's on Game Pass, like I already, I don't have to pay for it, so it might be fun to check it out. I'll probably do that. I might do that off stream, and then if I like it, try streaming it. But I don't know. It's like, especially because I kind of crap talk Call of Duty the other day, but apparently Black Ops 6 is actually pretty fun, so it might be worth checking out. But no, definitely going to be doing Frostpunk 2. I'm very excited for that. As long as you don't poke them or cover them, they can just tap near them and they'll jump away instead of attacking. Smart enough to know that you're way too large for them to kill. That is very cool. I think it's cool when animals are like smart enough to like avoid fighting you, but I also think it's really cute when they're dumb enough to try to fight you anyways. Like, I like to watch videos of, like, bearded dragons because I think they're really cute. And I always love watching the wild ones who, like, they see a human and they instantly are like, all right, you're on my turf now, bet. And they start, like, puffing up and, like, getting, like, their, they make their beard all dark and they start, like, puffing up and being aggressive. I don't know why. I just think it's, like, really cute that they're, it's like when you see a chihuahua going off and you're like, oh, he thinks he can fight, It's a very cute thing. Also, I just think bearded dragons are cute, so any video with them is a plus for me, even if they paid you. I would probably play a COD if they paid me. Totally not, I'm not saying I'm gonna get the COD sponsorship, but if they, I wouldn't turn it down. I wouldn't turn it down. Maybe in the far off future with Call of Duty Black Ops 18, Future War in the past or something. I don't know. Sorry, sorry guys, I sold out and took the Call of Duty sponsorship. Millions. The chatter situation is really crazy, I know. Alright, tell me about the Scarlet Furies. Honestly, Verse has such a cool backstory right now. I'm digging her as a companion.
The elite fighters of the Scarlet Chorus. Your typical Horde recruit fights with a rusty spoon and a chip on his shoulder, but the Scarlet Furies are, well, different.
Yeah, for one thing, you seem to have actual weapons and armor, which is, a step up. Pretty good. Pretty good compared to, everyone else. He has to support all of his illegitimate children. He needs the bag. Oh no, all my illegitimate children. That's actually, I hate to be the one to tell you guys this. If you're watching the stream right now, it's actually through the Sands of Time and the Strings of Fate that you're here. I specifically started streaming so I could just get this message out easier. If you're watching the stream right now, you're actually an illegitimate child of mine. I'm not saying that so I can start paying your child support. I just want you to know that I'm out here and that I'm not paying your child support. So, you know, get bent, idiots. Enjoy not having child support. I know, it's not that's the first ever sponsor stream. Okay, Virgil may not pay child support, but at least he also isn't paying taxes in general. I don't know. This may sound bad, but like, well, one, if you don't pay child support, you're a deadbeat and I hate you. But at least if you're not paying child support because you're not paying any kind of taxes, I can understand that, you know, at least there's like some kind of morals that you're abiding by. I think it's cringe. I think it's dumb, and I still hate you for, you know, dumping your child like that. But at least there's some kind of morals. But if you literally go out of your way to pay all of your taxes except child support, that's just like spiteful, you know? There's no taxes in hell. Very true. Very true. Well, I don't know. I mean, they say that the only thing guaranteed in life is death and taxes. So, given how many people try to avoid taxes, that might be like their punishment, right? They did get Al Capone on tax evasion charges, so maybe when he died, it was like, all right, spend the rest of your life trying to balance your taxes. I think that'd be a very fitting punishment. Although, I guess that's what they got him on, but he did do like a lot of murder, didn't he? He did do a lot of murder.
We focus our madness. We coordinate, we kill, we dance. It's like art. Imagine a sculpture that twisted in weird, beautiful angles, and then gutted you too fast for you to realize what was happening.
I mean, I wouldn't say art. Well, okay, I guess art is in the eye of the beholder. I guess, you know, I don't understand enough modern art, so I suppose stabbing someone to death could be considered art as well. I guess I'm just not up to date with the modern art trends, so maybe I guess Verse is right. I guess she's right there. He called you dead weight. I mean, I'm not gonna say you're dead weight. All I'm gonna say is, you know, I'm not paying child support for a reason. I'm just saying, if I saw potential for you to put me in a good retirement home, I would, you know, I'd make that initial investment. You need new you need some new pencils for school? I got you. You need like a laptop? Okay. Just remember my generous child support donations when you're looking to put me in a care home, all right? Remember whose support got you that 6-figure tech job, you know what I mean? After all, that's all kids are. Kids are only an investment to get me in a nice retirement home. This is 100% me being serious and totally not being sarcastic at all. Definitely not being sarcastic. The only use for children is for manual labor, and so that you can get put in a nice home in your later years. Anyways, time to stop proselytizing. Let's get back to the game. Am I right or am I right? You know, sometimes I worry if my sarcasm doesn't come through there. Because sometimes, I mean, I've met people like that who are honestly like, yeah, I mean, children are just like an investment. And I'm like, I feel that's the wrong way to be looking at children. But I don't have kids, so, you know, maybe I don't, maybe one day I'll understand an insurance policy and workforce. That is true, though. I mean, if they weren't a workforce, why would they yearn for the mines? That is very true. If we have to make child labor laws to keep the kids from working, I think we're preventing them from doing something they really want. So really, why have those laws at all? Let them work if they want to. Alright, it sounds wonderful.
It is, as I remind myself all the time. The most important day of my life was when the voices of Nerat recognized my potential and sent me to Scarlet Fury training.
If they don't like the mines, why are they called miners? Exactly. I'm glad you guys get it. I'm glad you guys understand. All right, so Verse, I do like Verse as a companion, but I kind of want to meet like other companions. I hope we get the other ones soon at the very least. All right, you earned your name. If you think a simple farmer from the Tiers would name her child Verse, I suggest you visit my old village. Most of them were walking around with surnames like Barrel or Fish, not the most creative bunch. She smirks and shakes her head. The chorus takes your name away. Whoever you were before, you aren't that person anymore. Then you earn a name back through great deeds, usually murderous ones. That's why you see choirmen walking around with names like Stink Mouse or Face First. There's probably a good reason for it. The voices in Narat gave me this name. When the Scarlet Chorus runs howling into battle, he doesn't hear war, he hears a symphony. And when I fight with blade or bow, he told me that my music stands out louder than anyone else's and that contains too many parts to be easily defined. Oh, it's like a music verse. I thought... I see verse and I keep thinking like verses, like to fight somebody because she's a fighter. But I guess verse makes more sense in a musical context. It's this when you say you're married to a minor. You really need to make sure you have the right spelling there, ladle, because one of those is legal and one of those is very much, well, I guess depends on the state. Depends on the state, because for some reason child marriage is legal in some states in the US with parental consent, which is like, why? Stop that. But moving on. When you least suspect it, the Arcana secrets can be downright charming. What's your I will ask her real name later. We are definitely not at enough of like a reputation level for her to tell me, and then she'll probably get upset if I ask. So for now, just tell me about your weapon skills. When I was a kid, I didn't take long for me to realize I was a natural. I could pick up a rusty kitchen knife and skewer a rat from across the room. The Scarlet Chorus gave me the opportunity to further educate myself. My sisters were always a bit surprised by how quickly I took to different fighting styles. She frowns for a moment and then shakes off whatever she wanted to say. Back to my questions about the Scarlet Chorus. See, who are your sisters? Who were they? Oh. Who were they would be more appropriate. Three Whispers, Red Geyser, and Seeking Sheath, best fighters I ever met. Okay, so I'm guessing they're dead now. This is not 1900 years ago. I know, right? Apparently it's still legal in some places in the US. That's crazy. You're announcing your move to a different state. I hope, Philly, there are two ways to interpret this, and I'm hoping it's going to be the first I say. The first is that you heard my little tidbit of information, saw that your state allows child marriage, and decided this is too disgusting, I can't stay here and pay tax money to this place, and you're moving out. The other is you saw your state didn't allow child marriage, looked up a state that is, and now you're moving states. It better be the first one, or else I am going to be very, very concerned for you, Philly. I'm going to be very concerned. Yeah, oh, that's disgusting. Where? You know, so I can stay away from them. Oh, that's such a good episode of It's Always Sunny. It's such a good, I mean, It's Always Sunny it's a great show overall, but I think that's one of the funnier one. Rumham is still a fantastic episode. I know, like, I completely understand why the actor for Mac wanted to get, like, in shape again, but I think Fat Mac had some of the funniest moments in the entire show. Okay. Let's see. There wasn't a foe we couldn't take down together. Our fighting styles complemented perfectly, so we divided up the killing work like bards sharing a song. At least we used to. Tell me about Three Whispers. She was as calm as the surface of a pond and light on her feet. More than one foe tripped and fell to her on their own blade due to Whisper's crafty footwork. First lets her gaze slip away from you as a fleeting moment of sorrow steals her attention. Tell me about Red Geyser. A one-woman siege breaker, she would launch herself at her foes like a battering ram. Not even a disfavored phalanx could have withstood that dumb, suicidal wench. Kyrus' eyes, but she was something to behold. Vera slams her fist into her palm. And then tell me about Seeking Sheath. That girl could pass a spear through 12 rings on the far side of a battlefield. Kyrus helped any foes who approached her marching single file. She made a game of splitting as many soldiers as possible on the same javelin. What happened to them? We were scouting around Vendrian's Well during the siege, back when we only suspected the guard of organizing in secret. My sisters and I came upon a group of them, or Kyrus knows maybe they found us. No one said anything, we drew iron and bronze. That was when everything went wrong. I was supposed to take point and occupy the guard with a dance of blade work, something disorienting while my sisters picked their marks. I hesitated. I lost my nerve. Instead of rushing toward the Oathbreakers, I froze with my weapons drawn. My sisters fought on without me, but they were off balance like whatever I had was catching. They died. I lived. My sisters were relying on me to lead them, and I failed them. I'm gonna try and be nice to her here. I'm gonna say, it's understandable, caution stayed her hand. Caution. Oh, she didn't like that at all. Interesting. I guess she wanted me to kind of chagrin her for that. Save your caution for the disfavored. If we showed caution, that could we have taken the bastard city or the gates of judgment? Should we have conquered the tears with anything less than our blood boiling over with rage or the song of battle ripping from our lungs? Hesitation is a rot. It's unbecoming of any chorus member and unheard of the Scarlet Fury. I would have cut it from my body and cauterized the wound if only I knew its source. She grimaces once more and turns inward, contemplating. Any thoughts on the topic, or are we just here to open old wounds? I feel like this would just make her angrier for now. Let's see. Who are the Scarlet Chorus's leaders? The Voices of Nerat is the spider at the center of the web. He acts like the army belongs to him and he only lends it to Kairos because it suits his purposes, both of which are true. The rest of us are offshoots of the Voices, like the Fifth Eye. Once you get down to the rank and file, the Scarlet Chorus organize around a motley bunch of gang bosses who call the shots. What do you want to know? Well, tell me about the Voices of Nerat. He's a madman, but that never stopped me from following his orders. Even in a legion as cutthroat as the Chorus, you know better than to get on the Voice's bad side. People across him, or just people he meets, don't tend to survive the experience. If he ever seems disorganized or lost, it's because he's channeling one of the personalities he devoured over the years. His mannerisms shift over to someone else, someone who's probably long since dead. Better to die than become a part of the Voices. What makes him so powerful? He's the Archon of Secrets, and he didn't earn that title lightly. People say that he knows more than every sage in the tiers combined, and that he could think 1,000 steps ahead of the other Archons. What is a sage? One of the longest surviving schools of magic in the tiers, the School of Ink and Quill is a venerable institution devoted to the acquisition and preservation of knowledge, or so the sages profess, putting more of their energy towards amassing knowledge than disseminating it. They began their scriptum in 17 tier, and through a series of incremental expansions, the structure became the Vellum Citadel, only to be known as the Burning Library after Kairos' Edict of Fire brought ruination in 430 tier. Now all stages know magic, but those that have mastered the guild's traditional spells can employ magic of protection and preservation. It is a poorly kept secret that the sages have gradually acquired a way of magic practiced by rival mage guilds over the generations. Yeah, they really spent all that time building a great library, and then some complete weirdo just burned it to the ground. I wonder who that was. Anyways, let's change the topic. It would be putting it lightly to say he's never alone under the disapproving helmet of his. If you make secrets your business, I guess having people constantly whisper it in your ear is a good thing. I usually want people to shut up, but to each their own. Alright, tell me about the Fifth Eye. A walking nightmare, that one. I couldn't begin to guess who lives under that armor and speaks with that reedy voice, but I'll tell you what I know. When your world is spent on secrets, it pays to have a few extra eyes. The Voice of Nerat has eyes in abundance, some that he keeps close, and others that he sends out into the wilderness. Whoever the Fifth Eye was before he came into the Archon service, now he's just a half-mad, gibbering speech hole, a bodily function, in other words, an eye. In our defense, we tripped on the torch. Yeah, we may have accidentally on purpose burned down the library, but we gave them a chance to, retreat first. We gave them a chance to, not have everything get burned down. It's up to them if they took it. Nerat's eyes are people. Maybe they used to be people, whatever they were, they're eyes now. Folks like to whisper that the Voices of Nerat makes his servants and cuts out all the extra parts that they don't need. She makes a quick snipping motion with her fingers. I once heard the Voices in the Fifth Eye in a tent together. The Voices kept screaming redundancies. Every time another gout of blood would spray on the canvas walls, I can't even guess what he was cutting out. How many eyes does the Archon of Secrets have? The number keeps changing, either because it grows or because rumors don't mean shit. 3, 7, 19, some even say that all of us are eyes and we don't even know it. And that would actually be pretty scary. Imagine if, your boss was constantly just able to observe you all the time. That doesn't sound great. It's one of those questions that drives you mad if you allow yourself to think about it for too long. Here you could be one of Tunon's eyes. Bet you never thought of that. I guess I never thought of it that way. Back to the questions about their leaders. Tell me about the gang bosses. Boss is anyone who can rally enough support to kill the previous boss. They cling to command until someone gets wise and stabs them in the back. Tipcap leads the Filthy Lambs, Lox leads the Rusted Harps, Sharps used to lead the Bone Boys, couldn't say where he ended up after they broke his legs. Waterwheel orders around the Hairy Hunters, hauls for shit. Sorry, that's a great... Imagine you lose your name, you're conscripted into an army of just vagabonds, robbers, and farmers with pitchforks, and then your new name after you prove yourself is hauls for shit. Your entire name is that you're just terrible at hauling things. Hauling isn't even a skill with a value in RimWorld, but apparently this guy would have a 0 regardless. Then Scurvy Queen, Finger Food, and Wild Gash collectively lead the Ladies of Perpetual Strangulation. Wait, Ladies of Perpetual Strangulation is actually such a good name. That's actually a really good gang name, I like that. I'm forgetting at least a dozen more. I've even led a gang of Tyr in my day. They never survive very long, so no point in getting attached. You led a gang? Don't act surprised, I can crack a whip better than any of those daisies at the disfavored labor camps. But I was never that interested in the power struggle of those grunts and scabs in the middle. I wanted to stand at the top like an apex predator, and here I am. So when I got tired of a gang, I disbanded and let one of the other bosses fight over the new recruits. That much amused me, at least. Some of my old mates are still alive and hanging around wherever they ended up. Anything else? You hesitated when we brought up fighting styles? Why? Noticed that, did you? It's a matter that I'm not used to discussing, mostly because I don't know how. I mentioned before that I'm good at picking up different weapons and fighting techniques. The truth is, I'm better than good. I could flay a man so cleanly that I'd leave a single strip of skin behind, and he wouldn't even need to be tied down. That was one of the first things I discovered about myself after joining the Scarlet Chorus. The voices in Nerat recognized it in me as well, which is why he singled me out for the Scarlet Fury training. You tried that flaying trick before? Let's just say that when we ran out of canvas for pitching tents, the fifth eye handed me a knife and pointed me to the prison pens. Oh no. She's making the you know, RimWorld is really missing out on human leather tents now that I think about it. I mean, I guess there's human leather bedrolls, but this is even a step further. My sisters are like masters of their fighting form, so since they died, my style's changed, almost like I can kill as they did. I could pick up a bow, a lance, anything, really. I could tear someone to pieces with a weapon that I only watched my sisters use. I don't know what it could mean, and that worries me.
What do you need to know?
Let me ask you about something else. How's you picked up your fallen sister's weapon skills? It's been on my mind for some time, and I still don't have an explanation that fits. I have a few ideas, but first frowns deep in thought. Scarlet Furies share a sort of link. It's how we coordinate our dance in the heat of battle. We don't pass messages or anything, but our emotions and intentions sync up without words. She starts worrying one of her knives. After a moment, she sighs and slaps the blade back into its sheath. Yeah, I don't... Okay, go on. The one thing I always knew is that I felt this connection more keenly than my sisters did. I could pick up nuances that they missed, and I could feel them from farther away. So she's either psychic or just, like, really, really good at reading people. I think it'd be kind of cool if she was, like, psychic or kind of had, like, some latent magic. I haven't really figured out how the magic system in this world works yet, so I don't know if that's something that she could be. But I think it would be interesting if she was. When my sisters died, I felt each of them getting yanked out of my brain like someone pulling snails from a garden, but some of their slime residue was still there. Does that make any sense? Your sisters live on in you. Oh. She did not like that. Yeah, we're at Fear 1 now. Your optimism is cute, Fatebinder. It's if singularly useless. I won't bring my sisters back, and it doesn't fix the thing in my head that I don't understand. Every time I try to be nice to Verse, she's like, sorry, I hate that. I guess I just need to be really mean to her, and maybe then I can be nice to her? No matter how you paint it, some part of my sisters broke off of me when they died, and now I'm left to deal with it. Just another day in the tears. What are your thoughts on the disfavored? A warren of self-entitled children so wound up in delusions of honor they're likely to hang themselves by their own high standards. I wish they had stayed in the Northern Empire where they belonged. Then we could get some real work done in the tears. What do you think of their leader, Graven Ash? I've seen enough of that high-minded braggart to know that he's all duty, nothing but a charismatic, broad-shouldered scarecrow. He calls himself the Archon of War, though by the way he stalls his forces waiting for a better strategy to present itself, you would think he's afraid of battle. You would think that someone more deserving would take Ash's mantle from him, but the disfavored have this cult of personality built around their great general in their eyes. He can do no wrong. What about Ash's connection to his troops? Graven Ash protects. The soldiers keep harping on those words like they mean something. I don't deny that the disfavored could take a few extra lumps on the battlefield, but that only speaks to their thick-headedness. If anything, it's only true because his soldiers place that much trust in it. I've seen the power suggest to do stranger things to people. Could that be possible? We're talking about a man who's centuries old and wears glowing armor? You tell me. Alright, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Who would you see take Ash's place? I'd rather let the disfavored sort it out amongst themselves. Graven Ash is its aging figurehead of what should be a constantly changing role. The right soldier needs to grow up here and kill the old man, kick his cane out from under him, remind the Legion what strength looks like. The voices of Nerat changes. He's a multifaceted gem, and the Scarlet Chorus is a reflection of that beauty. Someone could rise up and strike down the voices. Any one of us would follow them in a heartbeat. You have a better idea of how to handle the disfavored forces. First, I'd stop babying the troops. Pain is a lesson best learned early. I'd conscript from the locals to burst to the front lines because why waste your elite on the vanguard? Then I'd leave any misplaced ethics back in the Northern Empire. They're not helping Kyrus' campaign anyway, so fuck them. You make them more like the Scarlet Chorus. Okay, that at least got us loyalty with her. Would that be so wrong? The Chorus is accountable for itself in ways that disfavored aren't. Our weak die in the strong fight to keep in their ranks. Do you hear the voices too? I don't hear any voices right now. If you hear voices, that might just be me though. That might just be me. The voice, the Boxman voice in your head. Alright. I mean, I guess she's more loyal than fearful, at least. That's something. The disfavored promote their waning bloodline and discipline any soldier with the audacity to show their teeth, though they never admit it, the disfavored need the Chorus to show them the way. Okay. Let's see, do you think they have a chance of succeeding in the tiers? Speaking as one of the exceptions, most of the tiersmen are pushovers. The people of Stalwart seem capable enough, though I have my doubts. You might call them the disfavored's best challenge. Even if they succeeded, it'd be too late to redeem themselves. The Chorus have already impacted the conquest more than the disfavored have, or likely ever will. Your thoughts on their battle strategies? You've really got something with that phalanx maneuver, a formation built on holding still, moving forward slowly, and hoping that no one slips in mud. When you put it that way, at best the disfavored are tired of using the same tactic over and over again, at worst the enemy knows what to expect out of them. Scarlet Furies are dancers. We hear the music of battle and organize ourselves into works of killing art. Every fight is hot and passionate as the last, with no room for stale routine. I mean, the phalanx works, I guess, right up until A, you fight someone with a longer spear in their phalanx, or B, archers appear from the side. That's really, or C, cavalry appears in the rear. So in other words, the phalanx really only works assuming your enemy is disorganized and not flanking you, if I remember correctly, right? I believe that's how phalanxes, that was like why phalanxes were good right up until people thought, wait, what if I just go around them? Spears? I think they use spears. Yeah, Ladleholder's spears reaches across the 800 kilometers to grab their keyboard, hooked it up to the computer real fast and typed it in. I think that is the appropriate reaction when hearing about spears, though, personally. Alright, is there anything else? What do you think of those who defy Kyrus' authority? The Tiersmen can either fight or submit to Kyrus' peace, and only one of those options captures my interest. I suppose I appreciate when they go down fighting. If they did otherwise, I would need to find another excuse to flay them. Okay. They need to understand whether we unify the tiers under a shared banner at the bottom of a mass grave makes a little difference to, you know, you, me, or Kyrus. Did you fight in any notable battles? I spent some time in Azura toward the end of the war. Beastmen ripped my unit apart. We thought they might be working under Karen's orders, but we never found out for sure. Interesting view of conquest. It's a pragmatic one anyways. The Scarlet Chorus caught on to the idea at the beginning of the campaign. No one objects that we're here to carve a bloody path for gain and amusement, then by all accounts, that's our purpose. Basically, you know, if they're gonna fight back, then we might as well kill them. Otherwise, I guess we can go in peace is her whole deal. Besides, unification is such a vague concept that Kyrus allows the disfavored and the Chorus to interpret it as they will. The Overlord is concerned with the results, and I'm happy to focus on the details, especially if that means cutting off a farmer's legs while his family watches their land burn. No shame for taking pleasure in your work, I suppose. Gain your first reputation ability. Oh, cool! Okay, so if I get to the higher reputation I get, the more abilities I get. No, there isn't, Fatebinder. I suspect that we're going to make something great together. A line of body stretching as far as the old walls. It's going to be beautiful. Alright, let's change the subject. Let's see. You learn... I have thoughts on your combat abilities.
Call me intrigued. You already know that I memorize the moves of my Scarlet Fury sisters. If it seems like a total mystery to me, I don't know how you could have arrived at any conclusions, but I'm open to ideas.
Let's see. Your talent reminds me of the voices of Nerat. I don't know. This is interesting. I feel like, because she seems to like the voice of Nerat, so comparing her to him might flatter her, but it could also make her upset. You like spears and you cannot lie. These other fellows might deny. When a knight walks in with a big pokey thing, I can't help but lose my mind. I think I don't remember the exact lyrics there, but I think that's close enough. Let's try it.
I hope I didn't hear you say that. Because the implication is more than either of us is prepared to handle.
Oh, she did not like that.
The Voices of Nerat is a monster. We both know that Tyrant has never seen a creature more despicable than him. Never mind that he's kind of my boss.
Oh, so she actually doesn't. I thought she liked the Voices need to fight. Yeah. Oh no, Asura. Have you considered not fighting the US Navy? That might be in your better interest given that it's, well, the US Navy. Oh, this is unfortunate. If I say that she absorbed the mind of her sisters, that's really gonna piss her off. You didn't call them in? Oh. I mean, if you're lucky, they'll just avoid, they'll just be fighting somewhere else. If you're unlucky, I hope you've researched aircraft carriers or things that can kill aircraft carriers. I don't know if Tahiti can take on the US Navy, though. Good luck. It's like, do I want to go all in? What does the US Navy have? There's only like 14 of us. I mean, I don't know about that. I think the US Navy has a bit more than just 14 dudes. Good point. You may lose the physical battle, but you can win the mental one by just calling them the US Gravy. That would be very mean to them. Like 5, dang. I wonder if it'd be because it's like if you keep them spread out, obviously that means that you can focus and you can fight smaller battles at a time. But then if you defend less zones, I guess you can have more of your navy. I guess you'd probably want to keep them spread out because if you fight in one singular zone, then they'll just hit you with everything and then you lose. But if you keep them spread out, you'll be okay. Oh, like us, not... Oh, I see now, Rocket. I really don't want to piss off first. Their powers you can't begin to understand. The voice of Nerat steals the minds and knowledge of his victims. You know this happened often during the campaign against the Tears. What he gains from this ability, beyond apparent madness, is anyone's guess. You know better than to ask him about it directly. Alright, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just say it. She's probably gonna hate it.
Well, I don't want to fucking think about it. Didn't you consider for a second that the thought had occurred to me already?
Oh, damn. Okay, so she is a bit smarter than she looks.
I've traveled with the chorus for years. I've seen what the Voices can do, and it scares me, all right? The idea that everything I am could be reduced to that.
Wait, she's actually showing, like, vulnerability here. Okay. Alright, so maybe she's not a stone cold killer. Maybe she has her own fears and dreams, and maybe it's a bit of a facade. Like, sure, she likes murdering, but maybe she kind of would like the simple life, you know? Keep himself out of all naval zones. I mean, I had, like, the one on the Mediterranean. I just kept dying in it because I had no supports. She'll skip to the last verse and kill me? Oh, I hope not.
If I had that kind of power, if I could become like him, I don't know how I could live with myself. I'd rather drown myself in a camp latrine. Okay.
Just be selective. This might make her more angry, but I want her to, I feel like if I could push her to being like, this is a really cool power you have, you should use it, she might like that.
I'm sure you
okay, there we go.
Got started.
So she liked that at least.
About power?
No, actually, she liked that a good bit.
Assholes.
Okay. So she kind of recognizes she has this really cool power here, but she's a little bit on the... She's holding back a little bit with it.
My sisters died.
Okay.
You should have seen us. We were amazing together. I didn't mean to take away what made them special, but I did it all the same. And let me tell you, it felt terrible.
Okay.
If I lived a century, I might never figure out how to make that happen again. And more importantly, I don't want to.
All right. Let's duel.
That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
I don't have good dual wielding. I think I have okay bow, if I remember correctly. Let's play target practice.
If you want to risk becoming a pincushion,
okay.
It's your funeral. But you're right about one thing. This will be fun.
Let's try it. I gained... Ooh, okay. I gained some Oh, wait, I had 0 bow... Oh, I thought I had some bow skill. I actually had 0. Oh, no. I think I just got pelted with a bunch of blunted arrows. You take turns loosing blunted arrows using each other as moving targets. Verse is an accomplished runner and swats the few projectiles that get close out of the air. When her turn arrives, it takes all of your energy to keep up with her relentless volley of projectiles. You observe her technique and take a valuable lesson to heart.
You held your own. Call me impressed. Need anything else, or did I tire you out?
I would love for Verse to tire me out. So let's ask about our travels. Actually, I think that's good. It is indeed a long-range poke. Verse ability, Death from Above. Is that this? Death from Above. It's a combo move. Launch Verse into the air, allowing her to unleash a series of well-aimed arrows into the target from above. Each of these arrows strikes true and has armor penetration. Very cool. You'd be like, yeah, that may have been a very Johnny Bravo thing to say. But what can I say? He's a chill dude. All right. And with that, I think I'm actually going to call a stream here. I know it's a little bit early compared to normal, but I'm trying to get back on a semi-normal sleep schedule. So, you know, if I still have to make and eat dinner and all that, so that's going to take a little bit. So we're going to call a stream here if that's all right. So it is now time for the outro. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like we're only really just scratching the surface of this game, but I really, really enjoyed it. Actually, this was really fun. I had a very fun time with it. It's been, what do you call it? It's been a while since I like sat down and did an RPG here. So I think it's, I'm definitely looking forward to doing this some more. 4 hours in one combat. Yeah, 4 hours, one combat, and it was the tutorial. It's great, I know. It's fantastic. Weird game, kind of interesting. I like it. I like how it seems very much like the decisions I make are going to matter. And I really like that, especially because I like RPGs, but I've always been more of a story kind of person over combat, and I feel like this is going to be very story heavy with all the different choices I can make, especially with all the different kind of like the loyalty score and everything. So I'm definitely interested. I don't know if I'll see about streaming this again. I don't know. I'm definitely going to play it more. I don't know if it's one of those things I want to be streaming a lot. I might do it like every other week or so, just kind of pop in every once in a while and show you guys my progress. But yeah, when it comes to RPGs, it's a bit, I'm always like, I just kind of want to do this on my own, you know? He hates this game. I actually really like this game. I will say combat, I have not been a fan of real-time combat. I didn't like it in Dragon Age. I didn't like it in Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. So I'm a little bummed there's not like a turn-based option, but I'll get over it. Other than that, though, really like the game. So let's go on out of here. Let me get those links for all of you guys. There we go. So, hi, my name is Shatters and I stream video games. If you enjoy hanging out while I stream, please feel free to follow. If not, totally cool. Just thanks for being here and hanging out. I have a ton of fun playing games on my own, but when I get to play them with all of you guys, I have way more fun. Aside from that, there's a couple links down below you may be interested in. First is the Discord. Pretty standard for a Discord, pause real time kind of it. It kind of is. I don't know. I like just pure turn-based. It's kind of there, though. But yeah, Discord's great. I post weekly schedule in there. I send out a ping when I go live. There's tons of fun and super cool people to meet and hang out with, and we also run events through there, so if you're interested in that, I highly recommend. Aside from that, there's also the Twitter. Again, I just send out a tweet when I go live, so if you want to keep up to date with that kind of stuff, that's great. Finally, the VODs channel. I post VODs there sometimes. I'm like a week and a half behind, but I will get caught up, do not fret. Aside from that, I'll have the schedule for next week out by probably like tomorrow. By tomorrow, probably. I will let you know now, not streaming tomorrow, because, like I said, I normally don't stream on Sunday because I have D&D that day, and I have been doing a couple Sunday streams recently, but now that my D&D schedule is a bit more solidified, that unfortunately means no more Sunday streams, so, but I'll get that schedule up for you guys, and I guess I'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun, and I look forward to getting more into the world of Tyranny. Bye-bye, bye-bye, goodbye, bye-bye.